Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, September 11th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORIONNWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. The countdown to 20,000 subscribers is on. We gained quite a few. Now we're down to 61 subs to get to the magic number of 20K. And we have an amazing Monday night football matchup that will not be like the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Football Giants on Sunday Night Football. 40-0 embarrassment. Not today. We got the Buffalo Bills led by Josh Allen versus the New York Jets led by Aaron Rodgers. I can't wait. This is going to be very, very interesting because I think the Jets are a little bit more well-rounded on offense and defense. They're my pick to win tonight, obviously at home. I am buying into a little bit of that Aaron Rodgers hype, and I think Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson will be unstoppable this year, just like Jared Goff and the Goffense with, who it is, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I feel like when you have certain duos like Tua, right? Tua with Waddle, Tua with Tyreek, you already know what you're getting, right? And then you got these new guys that are kind of coming on the scene with Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. But on the flip side, Josh Allen has been there, done that, right? But I do have concerns with their offensive line and their defense. No Von Miller. They do have athletes on that defensive side of the ball, but sometimes they give up a lot of points, and a lot of times they don't get the pressures that they need to win. So they're going to have to get sack lunches on Aaron Rodgers. They're going to have to get a couple picks, and I just don't know if you're going to be able to get that. So the Bills are more battle-tested, been there, done that, but this is something new, and I like the defense for the Jets a hell of a lot better than the Bills. I think the Bills at times play like a top 10 defense, but with the Jets, I think legit they have a top 5 defense, and when it's all said and done, they're going to be right there, I feel, maybe with the Cowboys, the Niners, and the Eagles defensively. So you're going to have Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner step up. But I like Robert Saleh. I like the weapons they have. Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, Garrett Wilson. Things are starting to kind of come into line. But also the Jets have some concerns on their offensive line as well. Can they keep it together? And then he also got his homies, Randall Cobb and Allen the Lizard Lazard, on the screen as well. So plenty of weapons for Aaron Rodgers, and I'm definitely excited about this one tonight. Bucks, Rays, both in the building. How are you? Daniel in the building. What's good? How are you? This is going to be this will not be like Cowboys Giants because we don't have Daniel Jones, quarterback in today. We got Josh Allen, who more than likely will be a Hall of Famer. Aaron Rodgers, first ballot Hall of Famer. There's going to be points scored. So I can't wait. Megan in the building. How are you? What's good? One day past to be able to move forward into week number 2. Let's go. I'm so excited for this matchup, and I've been working really, really hard. I pumped out 5, 6 reaction videos. I've literally been here in the studio all day, like literally starting around 8, 9 in the morning, and I even ended up doing a Chargers and Dolphins video, but they wouldn't let it go through, so I may try it tomorrow, but I assume on certain matchups that are good, every once in a while when you end up doing a reaction video, sometimes the NFL will block it in the United States, in overseas countries, or all together. Kind of unfair, but it is what it is. And at least I was able to pump out a good majority of the reaction videos today. I'll pump out about 4 or 5 tomorrow. Anything left over on Wednesday, we'll get those done. And then we'll be doing Mariners, I think, tomorrow, on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we have Thursday Night Football. And then we'll go back to the Mariners on Friday. Sarah is at Black Bear Diner, so she'll be hopping in as soon as she can once she gets into the building. Let's go, baby. We got the Jets. I looked for a spinning logo, but I could only find the side to side. And then we got the Bills spinning logo. We're ready to go there. And then obviously with the thumb, took me a little time to go through it. It took me over an hour because I went through like 2 to 3 different backgrounds and whatnot. But then I finally found images that I thought were good enough. And then, having to make sure we got the spacing down with the Bills and the Jets logo. And then we got Josh Allen on the left, Aaron Rodgers on the right. I'm definitely excited about this matchup. Let's go. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I'm a little tired. I won't lie. a lot of hard work because whenever I do reaction videos, I don't half-ass it. I have to give you my all. So, lots of yelling, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of screaming, a lot of emotion. But I feel that that is what's going to get us over 20,000. And just within, I feel, a couple days, we've gained just overnight. I think we gained about 9 or 10 subs because we were sitting around 69, 70 to go. And then I believe right now we're at 61. So it's a good sign. And as long as I keep pumping out these reaction videos, we should be able to gain some subs here and there. And then if we can get into the algorithm, in one of his live streams, then we can gain some there as well. But we're going to get there. Like I said, we just got to keep plugging away. And I'm definitely very, very excited about the Buffalo Bills and the New York Football Jets. The New York Jets. We can't call them football because that's for the Giants. And we saw what happened when we called the New York Football Giants. They got a 0. So we can't say New York Football Jets. No, because that's not their mantra. That's not their calling card. They are the New York Jets. Jets. Let's go. And like I said, I like, both of these quarterbacks. I like the weapons that they have, on both sides. You got Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, the new tight end. You got Gabe Davis. You got plenty of pieces that are there with Stephon Diggs. The running back room is a little light, so I'm a little concerned there. Offensive line always has issues for Buffalo. I don't really know what you're going to end up getting from pass rush. They got players, some, that make big plays, but it just seems like to me sometimes Buffalo is in that same kind of vibe as Kansas City, where it's like the defense is kind of average to above average, and you're just trying to outscore the opponent. Now for the Jets, their defense is legit. Robert Saleh came from the Niners, and he's starting to mold this team to the way that he likes to be able to envision what he created in San Francisco. So it took a little time. He's not there yet, but I like Quinnen Williams. I like Sauce Gardner. I like what they're building on that side of the ball. So I would assume that the Jets defense will be better than Buffalo's, and that might be the deciding factor in this game because I think both offenses will score. But if the Jets defense if Sauce can, contain Stephon Diggs, that's going to be a big, big advantage in this game because we already know you're going to get Allen to Diggs, Allen to Diggs, Allen Diggs. That's a no-brainer. But on the flip side, you're going to get Rodgers to Wilson, Rodgers to Wilson, Rodgers to Wilson. So that might cancel each other out. But what about the offensive line? What about the defensive line? Who's going to win the battle in the trenches? And we're going to have to, wait for that to be able to find out. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Get out of here. Obviously, someone that hasn't been here in a long, long time if you're asking questions like that. Get paid with Kyle, Jet Life. What's good, brother? Hey, let's get to 100 in donos. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, no worries, Finley. No worries. Let's go, baby. I mean, shit, if you're asking questions like that, you haven't been here in like 3-4 years. So let's go. I am ready. All right, let me turn the volume up here as well. I got the full volume up, full blast. I am ready to go. This is a vibe. Yeah, there hasn't been this much excitement for the Jets in a very, very long time. Big facts. But when you bring in a Hall of Fame quarterback, it doesn't give you the same vibe when Brett Favre came over when he was at the end of the career. I think at this point, Aaron Rodgers has a little bit more left in the tank, and it wouldn't shock me, if Aaron Rodgers, ends up getting into the MVP conversation. It wouldn't surprise me if the Jets end up winning the AFC East over the Bills and the Dolphins because it looks like the Jets and Dolphins got a little bit better, and the Bills might have gotten a little bit worse, and the Patriots are going to be sitting at the bottom. So we will wait and find out. But I'm definitely excited to see where it goes. And then let me know what you guys are hearing on your end. If I need to turn the TV volume down through the stream for the actual game audio, or if it's good, let me know. But I have it up full blast. So if it's too loud, let me know. If it's just right, then we should be good as long as you can hear me. So let's go, baby. No, we appreciate you, Megan, very much. What's good, Kyle? How are you? Scott in the building. What's good, baby? And obviously, on the anniversary of 9/11, so a lot of tributes and whatnot, and obviously, rest in peace and salute, to all the firemen and all of the medical staff and the police force and the ambulances and everyone that was involved. Um, Lots of heroes were made that day. Lots of people sacrificed their lives that day. How's it going, Scott? How are you? Yeah, Scott's my childhood buddy, from like 20 years ago. He actually lived down the street from me. We used to play basketball, sports, hang out, play video games and whatnot. And Megan is in Australia. Obviously, super fan of the Trojans and the Seahawks and the Kraken and a little bit of Mariners as well. So let's get home. I'm ready. But normally, I wasn't really the biggest Aaron Rodgers fan. I don't know if it's just the Packer fan base. Some Packer fans are great. Some of them are really annoying. Some of them are triggered, and I get it because a lot of sports, that's there in Wisconsin, there's a lot of heartbreak and disappointment. So there's going to be a lot of whining and bitching. Brewers fans, Packers fans. I mean, the Milwaukee Bucks at least got Giannis; they won the championship. But it just seems like with Wisconsin Badgers, the Green Bay Packers, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Milwaukee Brewers. Like sometimes you're going to get, good times, but there's going to be a lot of heartbreak as well, right? And it just seems like at some point or another, some Packer fans are great, some not for me. You know what I mean? And I normally wasn't really a big Aaron Rodgers guy. I know that he's a private guy, right? And I know he rubs people the wrong way. Not everyone likes him. He is one of those people that comes across maybe misunderstood in the media. But I feel when you end up going from one team where maybe you have a bad reputation, maybe because the media likes to make stuff up about him and he doesn't really like talking to him that much. I get it, right? But it's like the same thing with Tom Brady when he was on the Patriots. A lot of people didn't like him. When Aaron Rodgers was on the Packers, not a lot of people liked him besides Packer fans, in my opinion, right? But now, Tom Brady ends up going to the Buccaneers, my team, a little bit more likable. You still might not like him, but he's likable, more likable wearing the red and the white than where he was wearing the white and the blue. I think it's true, right? And now you get Aaron Rodgers leaving the one shade of green and yellow with the Packers and now joining the Jets with the green and white. He's a little bit more likable. And I know it because I kind of like him on the Jets. Like it's not like Brett Favre where maybe you got a noodle arm or you're on the painkillers and you just, got a player to come there. Now, when Brett Favre went to the Vikings, he still had something left and they could have probably went to the Super Bowl that year, but we already know about obviously a particular date, with the Saints and what happened there when they were trying to injure him, right? But I feel with this Aaron Rodgers, he still has something left in the tank, and I think that it's very possible that they could be a top 5 team in the AFC, and they will push every team in that division, including the Dolphins, as well as the Buffalo Bills, for that AFC East crown. Big facts. Nice. You're working. What's your schedule like? What's your schedule like for your Monday through Friday? I love everything old school Jets. The throwback, jerseys, the throwback pants, the throwback helmet. I mean, anything that I can see that's from the 80s or 90s is incredibly dope. I'm ready for the new Rodgers as well. Like I said, Rodgers on the Packers, didn't really like him. Did I respect him? Did I think he was a great player? Yes. It just really wasn't my cup of tea, just like a lot of people with Brady, when he was on New England. Kind of misunderstood, obviously, cheating with Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft and him and Gronk and fucking winning all those championships. A lot of people were jealous and a lot of us were haters, right? And obviously, people were haters towards the Cowboys for some reason. They never won anything since 1995, but the media likes to push that narrative down our throat. We have to hate the Patriots while Brady and Gronk are there with Belichick, and we have to hate the Cowboys because their fans are annoying. And they just, it's just like 92, 93, 95. They haven't won anything since then, right? But then all of a sudden, Brady goes to the Bucks, Rodgers goes to the Jets. They become a little bit more likable, and here I am going to be rooting them on, seeing what's going to happen. So I am ready to go. Let's go, baby. Let's get to 100 and donos. Rebecca, you haven't been on this channel for many, many years because he quit a long time ago. So, anybody that, wants to think that they're better than me, everyone that doesn't want to put in the effort and the time, good luck. But he hasn't been here for many, many, many years. So, like I said, if he didn't quit on the channel and quit on me, then he'd probably be here sitting down next to me calling games. But again, we are fanatics here, and we're not average. We have a fanatic work ethic, not an average work ethic. So you can't record whenever you want. It doesn't work like that if you want to grow. If you want to grow, you can't take 8 months off and then magically show up when the NFL games come back on and then think that everything's going to be okay. So that's the reality, and I wish the best for them. But if you want to be able to have dreams and goals and not piggyback off my dreams, sacrificing a Jordan rookie that's worth 20 to 30,000, you got to show up. We had good chemistry. We obviously had that good chemistry together on film and on camera. But again, I can't control someone's work ethic if they're going to be able to show up or not show up. So that's pretty much how it goes. And I've been doing this pretty much solo ever since. So, you got to work hard. You just can't show up whenever you want. That's the reality. Big facts. 12-hour days, Sunday, Wednesday off. Okay, I got you. Right. But ultimately, you feel like with the Jets defense, Robert Saleh, right, with Garrett Wilson, who's like the new Devontae Adams, he's like Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're the two new receivers that are like Justin Jefferson and obviously Jamar Chase. So it's kind of exciting to see where it goes, right? All right, Inotech. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And here we go. How's the volume on your guys'? Is everything good? Well, things might change, obviously, with this team. You know what I mean? And obviously, the Jets have a defense that should be top 10. They could be as good as top 5. They could be as good as top 3 this year. You got to think. Patriots defense usually is pretty good, right? Even though they're kind of flown under the radar with not a lot of superstar players besides Judon and obviously Christian Gonzalez. The Eagles look good. Niners look good. Cowboys look amazing. I think the Jets could be that other team in there as well. All right, here we go. First down and 10. Shotgun set for Allen. There we go. Stephon Diggs with a nice game. Let me refresh everything here real quick. Let's go, baby. Bills, Jets, Monday Night Football. It is not going to be like last night, right? Where it was 40-0, which was fucking embarrassing. Second down and 3. Little screen pass. Go, baby. First down, Bills. Move the chains. And we'll throw up the logos for whoever has the ball now. And I was looking for a jet spinning logo, but I couldn't find one. It's good. All right, perfect. Because I have it up full blast. So I just want to make sure it's not too crazy. All right, let's go, baby. Long day. 5-6 reaction videos in the game. Cook. That's another problem why the Bills are never going to win a Super Bowl with this roster unless they end up beefing up the O-line, beefing up the defense, and getting a goddamn running back that's one of the top 10 guys in the NFL. They think that they can just have these like above average to average running backs and having like 2 or 3 or 4 of them. It's not going to cut it typically when you're going against the Chiefs. Maybe not the Bengals this year because they didn't look good against the Browns, but you know what I mean. Compared to the upper echelon teams in the AFC, you need to take the pressure off Allen so that way he's not hurtling and running, a lot. You're going to want to use that a little bit, but I think that the Buffalo running backs typically are shitty. Devin Singletary is shitty. He's on the Texans now. Cook and all these other guys that they got, they're shitty. They're not good. They're not. And then I get these Bills fans saying, well, the Chiefs didn't need a running back to be able to win the Super Bowl. Well, last time I checked, Bills fans, you don't have Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, or Travis Kelce, or Eric Bieniemy at that time. So that's a shitty comparison. You haven't won anything. Now the Bills have a lot of talent. Allen and Diggs, Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, but you need more. You actually need a stud top 10 running back, in my opinion, and a better defense and a better O-line. And with that still being said, the Bills can win 11 to 13 games. Almost incomplete. No, no, no. Almost picked off, baby. I'm telling you, if you want to see a real defense, you're looking at one in New York. And it's not the Giants, it's the Jets. Jets, 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 baby. Oh, did you don't know? On my phone, it's over, and I'm gonna get it here. I haven't even checked to see Cash App. Let me check real fast. Hold on. Let me grab my phone. I'm charging it. Nice job, Jets. All right, baby, let's go. I can't believe I'm rooting for Aaron Rodgers right now. Normally, I would root for the Jags, the Lions, and the Jets because they were ass, right? And when Mike White came out there for Zach Wilson, I was rooting for him to do well. But there's a different vibe, and sometimes when you're a legend and you're not liked, like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, but then you go to a new team, you can start rooting for them. And that's exactly happened with Tom Brady, with the Buccaneers, with me, and it's what happened with Aaron Rodgers because I truly feel that even people that hate Aaron Rodgers can root for him even on this team right here. They're more likable. That's facts. The Jets are more likable than the Packers. It's true. Let's go. Come on, Aaron. Hand off. There we go. The Bills defense doesn't exist. I told y'all. It don't matter if it's Brees Hall or Dalvin Cook. First down, Jets. This team is going to win the AFC East. I'm telling you, the Buffalo Bills are going to take a step back like the Vikings, right? And the Jets and the Dolphins are coming from that top spot. Now, I don't know if the Dolphins can keep it up for a whole season, but I definitely think that Buffalo can go from 1 to 2, and then maybe Miami and Buffalo are closer than people think. Honestly, not to be a hater, I would love to see the Jets win the division, Miami to get second, and Buffalo to get third. Then it would force them to finally address the O-line, the defense, and the running back position. Facts. Rodgers? Oh, good job, Aaron. Get out of there. Thank you with the $15 dono. For Stone Cold Jones, baby. Locked in for another year. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. But I love it when you get people that start watching my reaction videos on the NFL side, and then they haven't been a supporter to this channel for like 4 years or longer. Then they come in and they ask where people are. Well, obviously, if you were a fan of this channel and you've been here, then it's not like he's been gone for a week, or a year. I mean, we're talking years with an S on the end, multiple. Come on. Thank you, Odin. Jelly, jelly, jelly. That's the audible. Chris Jones, who Chris Jones? I'm happy he's back. Rodgers? Oh, he got hit. Almost picked. Odin son with a $15 dono. Thank you so much. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Let's go. $15 dono. 85 to go to hit the goal. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I know that you're very, very happy. Nathan in the building. What's good? What's good? Odin in the building. Nathan in the building. What's good, brother? Telling you. Brees Hall, Dalvin Cook. It's going to be a nice 1-2 punch. Well, of course. Of course, that's going to be the main success because when Tua's healthy, he can throw for 300 to 500 yards, with Waddle and Tyreek, right? They don't even have Jeff Wilson playing yet. He's injured until week 5. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Well, there's the Bills defense. But I find that kind of funny that we had 2 people come in here. Once I started busting out like the 5-6 reaction videos today, I've been in the studio all day, and they'd be asking, "Where's Marcus?" Well, if you've been a fan of the channel, you would have noticed he hasn't been here in 3-4 years. Uh-oh. Rodgers is down. Come on now. Be a real fan. Don't be like those fake ones that come over in the raid and then try to get me to 20,000 and sub, and then look good, cute for the host that tells them to sub to my channel, and then a day later they unsub. But we don't need people like that. All right, we want real ones here, not fakes. Okay. Hopefully Rodgers is okay. Looks like he got rolled up a little bit. But I imagine that we are going to have quite a few people come in this season when I do all these reaction videos, and they're gonna. Rodgers is going to sideline. Golly, already? Give him an injection or something. That's not what we wanted to see. Was it like a high ankle sprain or something like that? First, we have to watch 40-0, right? With the Cowboys versus the Giants. Now Salah with a look of concern on his face. Uh-oh. What does that mean if Rodgers has a semi-injury? That the Dolphins are winning the division? Uh-oh. Zach Wilson has gotten better, though, with the, being Aaron Rodgers being the mentor. You've seen Zach Wilson with another type of confidence, and this isn't the same Zach Wilson from last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if Zach actually plays halfway decent tonight. Maybe he just pulled a muscle. Hopefully it's not an ankle sprain or he got his ankle rolled on a little. Hopefully he's all right. Third down and 13. Shotgun set. Rodgers. Carter with the short game. I see you, Michael. I know, and that's what we've had two people today. And like I said, I did reaction videos in preseason, but I'm really starting to bust them out. We're in week one now. So pretty much every week, I assume we're going to have at least a few people that's going to bring that up, but those are not real fans. Those are people that watched us years ago and obviously haven't been to the channel, because if you've been to the channel within the last 3 to 4 years and you looked at any video that I've done, obviously there's been someone that has not been here. So it is what it is. Zach Wilson. And now if they still had Mike White, maybe Jets fans would feel a little bit better at second string. I'm gonna look at the Jets depth chart real quick. I always want to kind of break down to see what the backup situation looks like. That's terrible that Rodgers got hurt so soon. I'm looking real quick. Oh, they don't even have another backup on the roster because they got rid of Mike White. They should have kept three quarterbacks up there just in case something like this happens. So that way you could either do Zach Wilson or Mike White. But they only have two. Uh-oh. Nice. I know the Mariners come back. Jared Kelenic is making his debut back, being gone for like month and a half after he kicked the water cooler and broke his foot. So Mariners should be able to get a dub tonight, and I assume that Kelenic will offer a spark. So if someone can remind me in 1 hour when the Mariner game to come on, so I can watch both at the same time, I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, and all the Steeler fans in preseason were getting on me saying, Kenny Pickett for president. They're going to win the AFC North. We're going to the Super Bowl and we're going to win it all. And I said, pump the brakes. And they said I was an idiot. Well, obviously they're not a top three team in the AFC because you got fucking destroyed by the Niners, who are a legit top three team, if not in the entire NFL, definitely in the NFC. So, yeah, injuries do suck. But you know what also gets sucked? Is our time. And we obviously will never get back the Cowboys and Giants, but we did get a chance to talk about mental health and some other things last night. But 40-0, that was the poorest lack of effort in a Sunday night game or any game I've seen in my life. Giants are ass. I hope he's okay as well. $10 holla. I'm sorry. And like I said, it might take a couple days for you to be able to find that peace after that tough loss, but I do appreciate your generosity. No matter if you're having a good day, a bad day, a terrible day, or a fantastic day, you're still supporting to the fullest. I appreciate you and love you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $10 holla. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I still plan on trying to get some college football reaction videos out, but I got to bust out all these NFL ones first. So thank you so much. Let me know what you want to do for photos, Odin's son and Megan. Nice. Are you going to go December 4th? Nice. $25. Let's get to a hundo. 75 to go. Oh, is that a false start on the O line? Yep. Let's go, baby. 75 to go. Okay, let him know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he got rocks for hands. So we'll see what happens. I totally understand. Yeah. Well, also Deontay Johnson got hurt, and Cameron Hayward is out for multiple weeks. So Sarah's got the Steeler defense and Johnson. So that's rough. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't have TJ Watt or Cameron Hayward or Minka Fitzpatrick or some of their receivers, that'll open the door for Pickens to be the one. But if the offensive line still stinks, right, and the defense doesn't have a full unit, the Steelers aren't going to be able to be that same team that we saw in preseason where they scored on 5 consecutive drives in each game for all touchdowns for Pickett. I mean, they look pedestrian against the Niners, but the Niners make everyone look pedestrian. Let's be honest. You know, second down and 10. Shout out to the goats in the room. And if you want to check out reaction videos, I busted them out. I've been literally sitting here in the studio since like 8 a.m. And I've taken 2 walks with Paisley as well. And I got another one to do. Love those Jets helmets and those uniforms. Let's go. But we've done Lions and Chiefs, Bucks and Vikings, Titans and Saints, Niners and Steelers, Panthers and Falcons, Eagles and Patriots, Packers and Bears, and Bengals and Browns. And then it took me like an hour, hour and a half to make the thumb to go through everything. So I will be back tomorrow with another 4 or 5 reaction videos on the NFL side, some college, either tomorrow or Wednesday as well. Allen, scrambling, gambling. Nice run. First down. Bills, move the chains. The Jets Patriots week 3. Tailgate. Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If you have Twitter or Instagram or X, and if you follow me or not, if you send me some photos when you're there, that would be dope. I would love to see that environment there. Well, like I said, if you already know that that toxic shit is there and they're going to be talking shit about Pete left and right, why would you want to be there besides supporting Brandon? You know, supporting Brandon or supporting me is one thing, but again, if you have a toxic room, it's going to make people not want to show up or be there, even when they're regulars. And I imagine that that's going to be the talk. Fire Schneider, fire Pete. Oh, Gino this, Gino that. Defense sucks. Like you don't need to hear that. You want to be positive, and then all it takes is a couple bad eggs to ruin it for everyone. People that either know football or know nothing about football. Like I get these people that are on my Bucks reaction, and they say I'm an idiot for wanting the Bucks to tank. Obviously, those people don't watch college football because when you have Caleb Williams, Drake May, Shadur Sanders, Michael Penix Jr., you want to be able to get a guy like they're like, oh, so you don't want Baker to be successful? Yeah, I want him to be successful. I just don't want him to be my quarterback long term for 5 years unless he's good enough to get me to an NFC championship game or a Super Bowl, and I don't think he is. Some people are just fucking stupid and they don't understand. And you can definitely tell the people that watch college football and the people that don't. Like what? I'm supposed to root Baker on him, like Tom Brady, and then like if I want to tank, I'm an idiot. I'm a bad guy. You know, like I want to do well, but the real question I have is for those people talking shit, on there. Would you want Baker as your quarterback? And if the answer is no, then shut the fuck up. Because no one wants Baker as their starting QB. This limp thing from Rodgers doesn't look good. Looks like an ankle got rolled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want Baker to do well, and I'm happy that him and Evans have a connection. I was surprised we beat the Vikings, but I would rather, be 500 or worse and get a quarterback. The quarterback class is very good. Like, what do you want me to do? To sit in mediocrity forever with Baker Mayfield? Like, come on. You know, it's just haters, not being smart. It's like if you're gonna get in the ring with me and have a conversation, at least know what you're talking about. Ridiculous. Okay, I got you. First down and 10. Yeah, I got to do the reaction videos for every game, though. You know, 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Even on those tough ones for Bengals fans, I got to be able to do all of them because you never know. I got to be able to get subs, views, possible donos, and possible goats. So I got to be able to do every game, regardless if it goes in our favor or if it doesn't. So, num 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 num. Right. But he did well, and he's got moxie and everything. But then you got this like one nerdy guy on there. He's like, I support Baker. Only fake fans want the Bucks to tank. Go Bucks. Obviously, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a fake fan. He's fair weather. Okay. So, so you're just going to be able to, obviously the motherfucker doesn't want college football. Like, you want to be able to set yourself up for success. So, I mean, it's not bad to want your team to have a kind of a shitty record, to maybe get a guy that you could have for 10 years instead of me rotating a quarterback every year like the Colts, or getting someone like Baker Mayfield. I just can't deal with people that are fucking stupid, that don't understand football. And football is a business. Allen, little check down. Harris, good tackle. Right. And it's cool that Baker won, but let's be honest, that idiot that made that comment, if the fucking Tampa Bay defense doesn't play like a Super Bowl defense in week 1 against the Vikings, we lose. And we're not even having a conversation. But we barely beat them because our defense got pick, sack, lunches, and they look fucking phenomenal. I mean, that's the bottom line. If the defense didn't play well, we 100% lose that game. So, again, you get these fair weather fans and these people that think they know football when they really don't. Obviously, they don't watch college football, and they obviously think Baker is better than he really is. Ridiculous. 4th down and 2, 40-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and it's good. Exactly. Look at the quarterback class. Who wouldn't want, right? Who wouldn't want Caleb Williams? If your team is like average or below average, like if you thought that he could make your team good, right? Fucking Drake May from North Carolina, if he could be like an Andrew Luck type of guy, why wouldn't you want that? Shedeur Sanders, Deion's son, if he can excel at the next level. Michael Penix Jr. as a lefty, if he can be the next Tua. So I'm just supposed to be like, fuck those guys. I want to win 10 to 12 games of Baker, and then I need to stick with him for the next 5 years. Come on. Ridiculous. Yeah. You have to have HABE with capitals. Yes, I agree. Well, I wouldn't even want you to. Like I said, you don't need to watch it, but you got to be able to celebrate the dubs. And then sometimes watching the highlight package, it'll show you what you did wrong. You watched it, but sometimes being able to learn from mistakes will help you be able to move on and move forward. But it shows you, even though you guys didn't want Jalen Carter, he's one of the most dominant forces in the NFL. So, yeah, he might have had some character issues, but if you would have had Jalen Carter in that game yesterday, you guys might have been able to keep it a little bit closer, or who knows, maybe win. And you need Witherspoon back bad because obviously the corners got fucking toasted and roasted. Secondary needs a lot of work. The defense needs a lot of work. O-line needs to be better. It's a collective unit. And sometimes you just don't play an A game, and you just have to be able to move on. Seattle can still make the playoffs. Same thing with the Bengals. It's not just because they both look terrible week 1 that everyone's throwing in the towel and it's over. Yeah, and then Kyle Trask isn't good enough to be the starting quarterback either. It's like I already struggled with a bullshit team, from what 2008 to 2020. So I struggled for like being average to shitty for like 12, 13 years, and I get these fools, commenting on the Bucks reaction video that it seems like this guy and other Bucks YouTubers, I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but I don't know, it's sad that these guys want to tank. Well, obviously, they're either A, they're not a fan of the Bucks, or B, they don't watch college football and know what talent is coming in. Those are like the dumb idiots that I can't talk to. Yeah, exactly. And obviously, this quarterback class is much better than last year's, the one that's coming up. Even better than the Trevor Lawrence class. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. This upcoming one is better than that. And everyone's like, oh, we got 5 franchise quarterbacks. Now it looks like we only have the one guy and Trevor Lawrence and maybe Justin Fields if you bring more supporting cast, and all the rest are bootios. A lot can change in a year or two. And then I don't know about Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. I don't know if they can make it. I know Richardson has a chance, but he's not Trevor Lawrence either. What I'm saying? Some of these quarterbacks need a supporting cast, head coach, and a defense to help them out. Yeah, because people are stupid. They like to be toxic and they like to be stupid. And Odin's son, let me know. I'll get some Chris Jones up and I'll get some Seahawks stuff up here for you in just a second. 3-0 Bills. And prayers up for Aaron Rodgers, not the debut that Jets fans wanted or us fans wanted. Sunday night was a disaster, and I don't think this will be a disaster, but all right, let me get some Chris Jones in here and anything else that you want, and I'll also get you some stuff as well. Megan. Appreciate you. Signed a 1-year deal. Good to have him back. Play first down. I got another one that I was saving, a few of them, for the next Chiefs game that I was going to do, but I'll give you a little spoiler here. I got a couple new ones that I haven't busted out at all. Never been on the stream before. So appreciate you, Odin, and I'll be able to get you a few more, and then I'll get Megan some as well. Come on, Jets. Second down and 10. Uh-oh, another false start. I think it's funny too, though, that the people think it's a YouTube, a YouTuber hot take, for certain teams wanting to tank or be bad to get a quarterback. Oh yeah, I mean, of course we want to be able to get a quarterback. What you want to Baker Mayfield forever? I was impressed on how he played and he showed some toughness, but I don't want him for the next 5 to 6 years. Ridiculous. Dalvin Cook, short game. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Love you guys. Third down and 12 for fucking Zach Wilson. He struggles, but I feel he's in a better headspace than he was last year. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. First down. J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets. Who's the chains? Someone's got to make some fucking plays. And you know how all the fans turned on him? After he made those comments on the stand where it was like a 12-9 game, and he said the defense did their part. What about you guys? And he said, we did okay. No, you didn't. You're supposed to take the blame. And everyone was off the Zach Wilson train, but I think people are hopping back on now. So, yeah, Baker isn't going to light the world on fire, no. But when you have like possible 2 Hall of Famers that you're throwing to in Godwin and Evans for sure, Godwin not there yet, but if he keeps working hard, maybe Godwin's a Hall of Famer down the road. But I was impressed with some of Baker's throws, but I was also disappointed with some of them. Offensive line did a pretty good job, but really the defense is what carried us in that game. Lazard with the Jets, and they have Randall Cobb too, Shep. So Rodgers recruited those two, got Dalvin Cook to show up. They have Garrett Wilson, but if it's me, I mean, if you're a Garrett Wilson fantasy fan, you're probably like freaking out a little bit. Big hit. Matt Milano, one of the best underrated linebackers in the game. Troy Aikman always sounds drunk and shit. He always sounds like something's going on with him. Third down and 9. Come on, Wilson. Golly. 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. And I got the Bills D and the Eagles D. Uh-oh. Yeah, well, obviously Aaron Rodgers compared to Zach Wilson, it's a little different. All those people that spent all that money are praying that it's not a season-ending injury for Rodgers, or if he'll be back by next week, hopefully. It didn't look like it was season-ending. It looked like it would be like a high ankle sprain or a mid, something like that got rolled up on, maybe like a week to a month. No longer than that, though. All right, let's look at the Chris Jones. Got his 1-year deal done. Thank God. Otherwise, the Chiefs fans were going to freak out. Now they need Travis Kelce to come back, but at least they signed the deal about a couple hours ago. Odin's son, big Chiefs fan. Chris Jones, Chris Jones, thank you for your $15 dono. I appreciate you very much. I got a couple photos here that I have not shown on the stream at all. A lot of these were new, I was saving them for the next Chiefs game. But you get a little bit of a preview when you donate, and I give you a little bit of flavor. So thank you so much, Odin's son. There are some Chiefs photos. And then, Megan, what would you like? Would you like some Seahawks to kind of cheer you up? What would you like? Let me know. And I got you. Yeah. Lenny D in the building. What's good? Well, the Jets have a lot of talent. They're not going to be cooked. The defense can be top 10, maybe top 5. They got Garrett Wilson. They got players that can ball out. I mean, look at Garrett Wilson's stats with Zach Wilson and Mike White last year. It was fucking insanity. I mean, he put up numbers like he actually had a good quarterback throwing to him, or at least someone as good as Kirk Cousins to Jay Jetta. Maybe not like a Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase or something of that nature. But look, even Tua is hated on. And when you give him time in the pocket, he can throw for 3, 4, 500 yards. So again, the perception of players is almost laughable. Sometimes it's like, Tua's not that good, and then he throws for like 450 yards, and people still don't think he's good. He's a lefty. He's smooth. You give him time. He doesn't have concussions. He can actually play like a top 5 player. Now, am I saying he's a top 5 quarterback? Not necessarily, but a lot of times if he's healthy, right, and he got Tyreek and Waddle, he'll put up top 5 numbers each week. Depending on who the opponent is on defense. So that's a big fact. All right, let's get some Hawk photos up here. I'll get you a few more once we go into some more commercial breaks, but I'll leave you with a piece to cheer you up. Okay. Blue Moon, baby, number one beer, baby, with that orange peel. Good to see you in the room, Lenny. I mean, I know normally you only do wrestling streams to come in, but you can come in. I'm doing reaction videos, so I did an Eagle one, but hopefully the Eagle fans will wake up and watch it, and hopefully we can get you to come through and hang out in some of the Monday night, Sunday night, and Thursday night games if you're not working. Alan, broken play. 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. No, it's an ankle. Zero with a fiver. Thank you so much. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Baby. $5 holla. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. $30, 70 to go. Absolutely. I got you. Yeah, but I'll be working hard. I'm going to be trying to do, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 reaction videos a week. And then I'll do some college football ones along the way too. That way we can keep eyes on Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., Shedeur Sanders, and all the quarterbacks that are going to be going into the NFL next year. That's important, to be able to keep up on that. And if you're not going to be loyal and watch the college football games, you can at least watch my reaction videos and kind of keep up. Yeah, last time I checked, Pete isn't actually playing in the game. He's not lining up at corner. Sit down. And again, sometimes you get shocked. Sometimes you get shell shocked. You don't see it coming. You think the Bengals saw that shit coming? They didn't see that coming. But Jim Schwartz is an OG. You remember him? He was the Detroit Lion head coach. He's changing the defensive scheme, letting Myles Garrett run from a linebacker position right up the middle. He only had like 6 snaps in the last like 5 or 6 years to do that, and now he's doing it on the regular with Jim Schwartz. No wonder they weren't able to move the fucking football yesterday. So sometimes having a new defensive coordinator can do it, and Jim Schwartz on the Browns is paying dividends. Allen going long, going deep, intercepted. Whitehead with the pick. Let's go. Let's go, baby. There we go. But the way that Jalen Carter is playing, you know what I mean? Maybe you guys should have went Jalen Carter because that would have really filled the need that you guys needed. Yeah, he had some fucking character issues and whatnot, but obviously right now the Patriots had to triple team him in that game. Triple, not 1-on-1, not 1-on-2, triple team. So that really shows you the impact of Jalen Carter, and he's a real one. And obviously it is what it is. You can't go back now, but hopefully Witherspoon ends up panning out. But if not, you might have missed out on the next Warren Sapp, Aaron Donald type of player. But hopefully you guys can figure out with your own rookies, and once everyone gets healthy, you'll be good to go. And we all knew that Jalen Carter had the skill set. It's just that character issues were a little bit in question. But then now you're starting to see like, oh, maybe he's better than we actually thought. We knew he was good, but maybe a little bit better. And we already know the Seahawks need secondary help and they need D-line help desperately. So it's one thing when a guy has character issues and then he ends up sucking and you're like, well, we made the right decision. But then when the guy has character issues and then all of a sudden he's balling out, you're like, oh, fuck, maybe we should have grabbed him. This will cheer you up. But everyone makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And if Jalen Carter can be, if he can keep himself out of trouble for the rest of his career or minimal trouble, obviously the Eagles know what they got. They got themselves a dog. And if you ended up watching Georgia, fucking the last couple of years, a lot of those players, even Nakobe Dean, I mean, they've got what, 4 Georgia players in the last 2 years. So lots of talent on the Eagles on that defensive side for sure. Hope you're enjoying these black and whites that I got for you. Let me throw at least one Steve up here. Nice run. Go, go, go. Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go. Go, go, go. First down, Jets. Brees Hall, baby. Wow. There we go. I'm telling you, Brees Hall, he's a real one like Kenneth Walker III. He's special. The Brees. Hopefully there's no hold on that call. Wow. Unbelievable. Here's one more for you, Megan. Appreciate you. Nice job by Brees Hall there. I wasn't anticipating a big ass run like that. Figured I'd be able to throw the photo up before something crazy happened. I guess not. It shows not every Seahawks fan is a good Seahawks fan. Not every fan base is a good fan base. Even though you don't necessarily think of the Hawks as being a toxic fan base compared to some other teams, but I'm telling you, all you got to do is join a YouTube channel or a team fan page, and you'll figure it out real quick on if the room is, peaceful or if it's not. Yeah. Dalvin, pump those legs. There we go. For real, though. I mean, I was watching the tape, bro, 1-on-1. Then they were doing 2-on-1s. Then they were fucking doing 3-on-1. That's how much of a force he is. I haven't seen that since Aaron Donald and Warren Sapp. Like, that was like an eye opener. I was like, holy shit, 3 Patriot linemen? Wow. All right, Odin. I'll answer your question here in a second, Lenny D. 3rd down and 5. Punch this in. Shotgun set. Wilson. Run it! Run it! He took too much time. Idiot. Idiot. Uh, with the Eagles, they didn't play great. They played defense amazing when they had the 20 points in fantasy early on. Big play Slay with the pick six, but then they kind of let the Patriots get back in the game. And the Patriot defense in fantasy, they were number 1 last year. People don't realize that their defense, with Bill Belichick being a defensive coordinator, it's one of the top 5 defenses typically. But you hear more of the Cowboys, the Niners, and some of those upper echelon defenses more than the Patriots. You know what I mean? So let me get this field goal attempt. Here it is. It's up, and it is good. We're knotted up at 3. It definitely wasn't the best, play call, type of game. It wasn't the best execution from Jalen. The offensive line and defensive line, didn't necessarily play great the whole game. They had spurts and moments, but again, it was week 1. They'll be able to move on, and they ended up getting the dub, and that's the most important thing. So. But I didn't think that they played that great, but they played great, good enough to win. So, yeah, but you say that now until he ends up getting 3 sack lunches every game for you and wins games for you, and then it's a completely different story, So obviously, character issues or not, it's better than a guy like Witherspoon sitting on the bench and not even helping. And we don't even know if that guy's going to pan out or not. There's a lot of question marks there that they maybe should have traded down and got a couple players. But you can have that opinion. But like I said, I'm a little bit more forgiving. I don't hold grudges. I don't listen to the media. I don't listen to other YouTubers or people that are out there giving this propaganda. All I look at is I looked at to see if the player fucked up. Okay, are they genuinely sorry, and are they a good player, and are they going to stay out of trouble in the future? Everyone makes mistakes. You can't just hold on to 1 or 2 things on a player forever. And bottom line is, some guys have character issues, but they're amazing players. And as long as they're not getting in trouble moving forward, and you're getting 1 to 2 sacks a game, or you're getting 7 pressures, you're getting triple team, that type of player would have impacted the Hawks a lot more. So you could say that you would have left and been a Raven fan, but that you wouldn't have done that. You could say that, but that's not true. Like I said, and if it's a guy that's going to help you win, isn't that what ultimately it's about? Someone that's going to be on the team to help you win. So, you can have your opinion, but I'm sold on Jalen Carter being the man. And like I said, another thing that, I can see that is that I know that you did not watch the Eagles in the Patriot game, so you don't know what I'm talking about. If you actually watched that game in entirety, to see what Jalen Carter was doing, your opinion would be different. So that's facts. Scary good, you know. No problem. I got you. Like I said, you can't hold grudges. Like I said, holding grudges is not healthy with like personal friendships, and things of that nature. And just it's like players in general. We're all human. And like I said, we all fuck up. We all make mistakes. It's those people that continuously make the mistakes where it's like Antonio Brown, Mr. CTE himself. You can tell mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. Then we can be like, okay, I don't like this guy anymore. But just because a guy had a mistake or had an issue, maybe speeding or drag racing, or maybe had some issues at Georgia, that's not going to be like, oh, I hate this guy forever. I never would be a fan if we drafted him. That's a little ridiculous. Especially when the guy is like Warren Sapp type of qualities or Aaron Donald. Think about it. If you could have Aaron Donald or Warren Sapp in their prime on your team in Seattle and you have a big need on the D line, why wouldn't you want that? Just saying. It's very silly to hold grudges. So, yeah. But that's your opinion and that's my opinion. So, we're not always going to agree, but the other people in the room understand that Jalen Carter is the man. Quentin Williams is the man. I see you, Quentin. Yeah, but you got to be able to make your own opinion. You can't just be able to listen to, Pete and Schneider and, and think, okay, whatever they say is 100% because they make mistakes too. They make mistakes as well. So, not every decision that Pete and John are going to make are going to be the good ones. Now, the last couple of years, it seems like they've made good ones, but prior to that, they didn't address the running back room or even pick up where the Legion of Boom left off. So, you can love guys, but loving someone unconditionally, even when they have faults, and then just passing that to the side, acting like that doesn't matter, that's not okay either, because you get someone that just because you love them and they're making mistakes and then you're defending them, even when maybe you shouldn't, you got to be able to keep it real, I get it that you love those guys, but to act like Schneider and Pete have never made mistakes either, you can love them, but you also criticize fairly, and say, you know what, Pete and John, they didn't do very good in this draft. That doesn't mean that you're against them or you turned on them. It's just being honest, It's real. Yeah, but your scouting and my scouting is going to be different, you know? Second down and 10. CJ Mosley with a little break up there. I don't know. It just seems like you hold on to grudges a little bit too much, just being honest. Because if Jalen Carter's on the Seahawks, regardless of what you think, right, you guys would be a better team. You might personally not like him, but again, he's a beast. And obviously, when you get triple teamed, you don't have anybody on your D line that's as good as him. So, because every single person that watches him now wishes that they drafted him. You can't listen to the media and listen to Pete and John and take everything to heart. Sometimes you got to be able to make your own opinion, and not just feed off what they say. And then I believe it because they said it. That's very dangerous because then you're not going to be able to have your own opinion. You're just feeding off what other people say. You got to be able to make your own judgment, your own opinion based on what you watch and what you see, not just feed off what other articles are said or what other things that are shown in film. I mean, that's just the honest truth. Third down and 2. Shotgun set. Allen avoids the sack lunch. First down, Bills. Yeah. Well, I don't need you to change your opinion, but no one is going to think the way that you're thinking. Every Seahawks fan that actually, is watching that D line and watching that team understands if you actually watch that game and watch Jalen Carter in college and obviously watch them in the pros, the guy's built a little different. So yeah, you can always get other guys to come in, right? And that's completely fine. But Jalen Carter don't come around that often, and it looks like he's a little bit better than people think. Because obviously most guys on the D line aren't getting fucking triple teamed. And if Jalen Carter was drafted and then he ends up getting 2 or 3 sacks a game, what are you going to be like? I'm not going to root for the guy? You know what I mean? Ultimately you want the Hawks to win, right? You want them to win. So as long as they're wearing the name Seahawks and they got their name on the back and they're repping your team, ultimately you want guys to be able to succeed, right? So you can personally not like a guy off the field, but if he's getting sacks for you and he's helping you get to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl, that's what it's about. But you'll see. I mean, what happens if Jalen Carter gets Defensive Player of the Year? You can still say that you don't like him, for whatever reason. Other Seahawks fans, Pete and John, people in the 12s, but you got to be able to make your own opinion sometimes and not just follow others. You got to try to be able to make your own opinion on things. And then also you have to be able to be open up to be able to change your opinion once you start seeing differences and things changing. You just can't hold on to the same opinion forever, especially if you have seen someone change for the better. Gabe Davis, first down, Bills. Move the chains. Yeah, but you weren't in the locker room, so a lot of stuff from the media isn't true. You can read all the shit in the media and all this stuff, but how many things that we read on a Twitter timeline or Instagram that are fake? Just because we see it in a timeline doesn't mean it's real. There's a lot of fake news out there. Nice tackle. Yeah, but Megan, you're not watching college football like others. Let's be honest. Did you watch every single Georgia game and did you watch every single snap for his whole career? The answer is no. So, you can watch film, but I guarantee you don't watch film like me. Okay. And like I said, I'm not gonna argue with you, but again, Jalen Carter is gonna be one of those guys that's helping the Eagles tremendously. And I just wish that the Seahawks, could have that, pusher up front. You'll have to draft another guy down the road. But again, hanging on to, a couple things that were said, and this, oh, Jalen Carter sucks, for his whole career. I don't know. That's not healthy either. Third down and 4. And it's okay to admit that maybe they fucked up on this draft, it's like showing this blind loyalty to Schneider and Pete is not healthy either. Sometimes you got to be able to criticize fairly. Last year's draft was amazing. This year's draft, kind of some question marks. So, third down and 4. Bills knocking on the door. Shotgun set. Allen scrambling, gambling, looking for a receiver. Touchdown, Bills! Stephon Diggs. Sarah's happy. Nice job. Yeah. I mean, it's like if you made a mistake and then everyone was like, nope, I don't want to be friends with Megan ever again. Everyone makes mistakes. Not everyone's perfect. And plus, you also have to realize, the way that you grew up in Australia, some of these people didn't grow up in that type of environment. Everyone's different: black, white, Asian, Mexican, Australian. Not everyone grows up in the same type of area. Not everyone grows up in the same type of neighborhood. Not everyone grows up with the same type of struggles. Everyone's different, you know. Yeah. And I'm not trying to get you to change your opinion. If you want to be able to think that Jalen Carter sucks and he's not a good fit for the Seahawks, that's on you. All I'm saying is, from what I've seen, the guy looks like something really, really special. I mean, I haven't seen anybody on the Seahawks get triple teamed, on the D line ever. So, just saying. Extra point is up, and it's good. All right, Buffalo, 10-3 Bills. All right, let's throw up a couple more Steves here. I mean, sometimes you just have to understand that sometimes things aren't as good as it seems, right? You got your 12, you think everything is good, and now you don't even want to go there because it's toxic. But that's your favorite team, and everyone is supposed to be cool with each other, right? And then you find someone that's not even a Seahawks streamer that has actually a more of a calm room than there, you know? And so it shows you, the vibe and the peace, it means something. And just because you can go to a place where everyone likes the same team doesn't mean it's going to be good for mental health. That's another thing right there. You know, sometimes things aren't not what they seem. Things are always are going to be peaches and cream. You got to be able to find people that are open minded. That understand that people fuck up, right? But you also people can change, and you don't want to hold grudges. And you want to be able to forgive. Maybe not forget, but you can forgive, and then and reassess. Not only with friendships in real life. Some people, when they fuck up, they don't deserve a second chance. But other times, people fuck up and genuinely they apologize. You forgive them, and then you can move on. But it all depends on a person-to-person case. But all the stuff that I heard, and this is me, like I said, early on during the draft period, would I have wanted Jalen Carter? No, because I definitely didn't really know if he was going to be able to take that game and translate it to the NFL, and also with the character issues. But based on the articles, based on the games, based on the beat writers, based on everything I've read and seen and watched the film, things have turned around and turned around much better than anticipated, and not only being a better teammate, but actually getting beast results on that D line. And I like what I see, plain and simple. And if the Eagles end up winning the Super Bowl, right, he's going to be a part of it, 100%. Good old Steve. We got to try to teach life lessons here too. Bro, seriously. Max Crosby would probably be getting 20 to 23 sacks every year, especially getting double and triple team like that for sure. David Goldstein, you think Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles? I hope not. I know that's who he's asking or talking about. Get rid of it, Zach. There we go. Nice check down. He took too long, though. Conklin. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, and also too, no matter what article we read or how much film we watch, we're not in the locker room ourselves. So nobody really truly knows unless you're in the locker room or if you've ever played sports and we're a part of a team. It's like, there's going to be rumors when you're at school or when you're on a team or whatever, right? But sometimes, things are put out there that aren't true, you know? So sometimes you got to take, news and things and articles and shit that come out there with a grain of salt. Not everything is going to be reported that's true. But I know my perspective of Jalen Carter has changed. And the guy has a dog. And like I said, would I want him on Tampa? Hell yeah, I would. I mean, as long as he's not getting arrested and he's not getting in trouble and he's trying to be a good teammate, that's all you want. Oh, intercepted. Matt Milano with the pick. Uh-oh. Wow. Now they're probably wishing that they had Mike White still on the roster. Middle finger. Yeah, but you're kind of a hater towards him. You know what I mean? Everyone else has already forgiven him and like the results that they're getting. You're holding on to this grudge and this hate for whatever reason. You know. Like, why not? Why can't he have success? Like, just because he's street raced and you don't like him, and he's just going to be a terrible person for the rest of his life? I mean, that's not fair, you know. And I honestly think that he will be able to last. I don't think it's a flash in the pan. I mean, the guy's frame is like built like an Aaron Donald, like Warren Sapp. You know, that's not something that you can just teach. You know, when you have a body frame like that. You know. Yeah, Jets flew a little bit cooked. Right. And obviously, on the Hawks, who's going to be the leaders? Now they have Bobby Wagner there, but besides him, who else? So obviously, with big play Slay and Fletcher Cox, at least they have someone that plays the same position that Fletcher Cox can mentor, and he's been a good player, so Jalen Carter could look up to him. Now, if he would have went to the Hawks, there's no one for him to be able to maybe keep him in check. So it probably wouldn't have worked out there, but you never know. Maybe it would have. You know, I guess it just depends if him and Bobby Wagner would have seen eye to eye. You know, and Pete Carroll and whatnot. So. I think he just got. I think he just got a ticket for like street racing, but I mean, it's not like he was doing like physical abuse or some of the stuff that we've seen. You know, men putting their hands on men, men putting their hands on women, and then going to jail or having some legal stuff or drugs or other things that other NFL players that have gotten in trouble for. So I think a lot of the stuff that people are kind of harping on. I mean, they're pretty minor compared to some of the other NFL players that have gotten in trouble. You know, I'm saying. Yeah, but you're hating on him for no reason. You're holding grudges. Yeah, that's not healthy. Holding a grudge is not healthy in real life or with a player. That's not healthy behavior. You know, especially if you got depression and anxiety and your emotions are up and down all the time. You know, that's definitely not healthy. You know, you got to be the healthiest version of you. Big facts. But it's all good when the Eagles end up winning the Super Bowl and Jalen Carter ends up, being one of the best defensive players for that team. You know, I mean, like I said, it's not going to affect you directly because you're a Seahawks fan. But I'll tell you, a lot of Eagle fans and a lot of NFL fans will be really excited watching him play. How many points are you down by, Sarah? I'm looking right now. Oh, wow, it's close. If Diggs can end up having another touchdown, then and some yards, if Diggs can get you 8 more, do you have anybody playing? Let me see. I'll see. Do you have anybody? No, you're done. Oh, you have Dalvin Cook. It's Dalvin Cook versus Diggs. Ooh, you guys got a little spicy fantasy matchup going on. The wrong Cook, though. That's not Dalvin, she says. Flag on the play. Yeah, but we're talking about defensive captains. You know, if you got Bobby Wagner, obviously you don't have anybody on the line. You know, and the last good defensive lineman that was like really, really beat, Michael Bennett. You know, Michael Bennett was pretty good. You had Frank Clark. You know, you've had some. But when's the last time you had like a monster D tackle, like a Warren Sapp, Aaron Donald type of player? I mean, if we're just talking about big men in general, Cortez Kennedy, that might have been the best big man Seahawk player, regardless if it's like O line or D line that we're talking about that had big impact. But it's been a minute since they had like a really, really big guy up front. Yeah, I'm really happy that Wagner came back. He just looked weird on that Rams uniform. 10-3 Buffalo with 2 minutes to go. 2 minute warning. 30 doll hairs. Let's get to a hundo. Jets fans are depressed. You think that it'll be Bengals Chiefs what in the AFC Championship game? I mean, it really just I mean, there's a lot of teams that have improved, and I mean, and normally with the Chiefs, when they usually end up winning the Super Bowl, they don't get back to the Super Bowl the next year. So Aaron Rodgers will not return. Taking a look if they have any other updated information. Aaron Rodgers hurt the ankle. X-rays are negative. Thank God. His foot is in a boot now. Uh-oh. X-rays were negative, so that's good. So maybe a week to maybe somewhere between week 2 and week 4, but it looks like that's tough. In the very first game too. Yeah, but both guys were good. I mean, both guys when they were there, were forces, but they were both kind of like D ends, not D tackles. So yeah, but also Dalvin Cook is the backup running back. He's not the starter. So Brees Hall is the starter, and Dalvin is the change of pace back. Even though Dalvin normally is a starting running back like he was for the Vikings, but in this offense, he's the number 2. So all right, I'm gonna go get my Snapple out of the freezer. 10-3 Buffalo. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Very sad that he got hurt. Yeah, Zach Wilson, that's it. They used to have this guy named Mike White last year that was awesome. He was like a no-name guy, like a Joe Smith, and you're like, who the hell is this Mike White? But he was a hell of a lot better than fucking Zach Wilson. Well, I was gonna go get my drink, but now the game's back on. Stephon Diggs with another catch. Gain of 6. Sarah's numbers are climbing. Sarah and Megan are going at it in fantasy. 5-point difference. I mean, ultimately, if Diggs keeps getting the ball in the second half, there is a chance that Megan could come back and win. But also, if Joe Burrow had a normal game, then you would have won naturally. Obviously pulling up a 3 from Joe Burrow is insanity. Message from a Golden Eagle. What's good, brother? Yeah, I know. I know, bro. I did the Eagles reaction video too, and I've been getting on that as well. So make sure you check those out. I'll be doing the Eagles obviously every week for the whole season. I'm going to try to do every team. I mean, there might be some games where or some weeks, instead of doing 16 games, maybe I do like 12 or 13. And then instead of doing the other 3 shitty games, maybe I'll do like 3 college football ones to supplement that. So we'll see. Third down and 1. Give me sneak. First down, Bills. Ramondre Stevenson, Mark Andrews, Buffalo D, Mike Evans, Montgomery, Laporta, Hollywood Brown, Jeff Wilson. Oh, my bench. My bench is going to get me to the championship, baby. Let's go. Team Walker and the Chosen Ones are in a battle as well. He just needs to be able to put up like something. The Jets kicker, or no, the Buffalo. He's got the Buffalo kicker. Oh, so he'll win. But he lost J.K. Dobbins for the year, which sucks. But he's got Bajan and Algier, so I told him you're good. Algier put up 24 on the bench, and Bajan put up 20. So it's like the one case where you can put 2 running backs from the same team and actually stay afloat. Dude, Jerry will be all right. And Shep won by a shitload. Sarah and Megan are going at it head to head, toe to toe. Chief beat Seahawks talk, and then obviously I beat Reflect. So let me go get my Snapple. Hell no! Why would I want fucking Carson Wentz? You crazy? Hell to the no! I'd rather have Baker over Wentz any day. Hell no! Nobody wants Carson Wentz. He can just retire and go hunting. He can go hunt and fish because he's fucking done. All right, my Snapple apple in hand. Zach Wilson's fucking terrible. Hell no, bro. Dude, I'd rather have Baker's moxie and confidence and swagger than someone that maybe can make throws, but mentally doesn't have it anymore. Yeah, Baker will make mistakes, but at least he still has swagger, and confidence. There's no reason that, I mean, hell, I would rather have Kyle Trask over fucking Wentz, and that's my backup. So the Patriot defense is stingy. They were number one in fantasy last year. Not a lot of people, it's like Cowboys, Niners. Usually, people have this idea of who the best defense really is. Eagles, Niners, Cowboys. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. But the Patriot D has been up there in the top 10, top 5, number 1, number 2 in the last few seasons, surprisingly. So, Lenny, you still got love for fucking Wentz? I mean, everyone's got a little biasness in them. It's just how it goes. Everyone's got certain favorites, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's got favorites with different players and whatnot, but you know. Yeah, seeing the Patriots come back, I was like, oh, I kind of had a feeling. But if you look at the Patriots players, they actually have a lot of skill guys. Kendrick Bourne, and you're looking at the guys, they're not like big names, but they get the most out of their guys in New England. Christian Gonzalez is a dog, too, from the Ducks. And complete. And that's who Seattle, I think, should have picked, Christian Gonzalez. If they would have picked him, that would have been much better than Witherspoon, and maybe they would have ended up winning that game over the weekend against the Rams if Gonzalez was there. He would have helped. But Gonzalez's stat line was wild. It was very good, which I knew it would be. I mean, not everyone's going to agree with me, and not everyone's going to think the same way that I think. But yeah, no to Wentz, yes to Baker in that case. Allen avoids it. Shake and bake. Oh, fourth down. God damn it. I wish Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt. I was so excited to see Aaron Rodgers play for this new team, with all the expectations. And after that 40-0 debacle with the Cowboys, and the Giants, like I was like, I need this. I need something to make me happy. Man, Allen is trying to get himself injured there. It's nice to be able to see my Bucks and my Saints reaction videos are doing well. 1,100 views on the Bucks, 1,200 views on the Saints. So that's good. And then some of the ones that I did today, they haven't really picked up steam yet, but the Panthers Falcons is at 407. So the more I do, the better that we'll get results. And the faster I do them, the better views I'll get. So if I can do them like that same day, Obviously that's where you're going to get better views and better sub count. Oh, actually, let's take a look at the sub count. We gained about 8 or 9 subs just from yesterday, which was good with those reaction videos. Looks like we gained a few more. Nice. Nice. We just gained 5 more subs for my reaction videos. Working. It's working. 56 subs to go. 56 to get to 20,000. Let's go. Let's go. 19,944. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. And the more that I keep putting them out, the more subs that we're going to keep getting. Let's go. Hell yeah. Especially if we can start gaining like 5 to 10 a day. Thanks. I'm just trying to, I got to be able to put out, more content like those reaction videos, and I know we've been getting some subs on the college ones too. So because no one really does them, no one really does college reaction videos that much. There's only a few of us, so more people do the NFL stuff. But it's a lot of brothers, that I've seen in the past and whatnot, and just like me. So like I got to be able to represent for the NWSF, and no one's gonna do a reaction video the same way as me either. So, but I appreciate that. Thanks, hey guy. And I just got, I got to keep grinding, and hopefully within a couple of weeks, we'll be at that 20,000 mark. And then hopefully when we hit it this time for the third time, we never look back. The third time's a charm. I don't want to go over 100 and then go back 100, go over 100 and go back 100 or 150. I want to go over and never look back. So, but obviously with this, new place that I'm living and having no setbacks on when I can record, if I was able to do reaction videos, and spend more time on the channel, then we've already been well over 20,000. So, but sometimes, things come at a certain time. So, all right, the Mariner game is about to come on. Let me get that situated here too. I got to watch that. Logan Gilbert on the mound. Jared Kelenic back as well. Yeah, it looked like a high ankle sprain when I saw it. So, oh, hopefully it's not an Achilles injury. I mean, we already had J.K. Dobbins go out. Yeah, 2 times. We hit it one time when it was like Steelers, Ravens, and then like we hit it one time in the rain, through Grossi, right? And we got there, and then we got over, right? Then those fakes, took their subs away, and they just tried to look cute for Tom, right? And then a lot of them took their sub away the next day, a week later, a month later, and then we ended up going backwards, right? And then we hit it again where it was Steelers and the Ravens, like a game like on a weird day, like a Wednesday. Then we hit it again. We got like about 100 over, and then we went back like 100 to 200 in that example as well. And then now we've just been grinding and just trying to, scratch and claw to get to that number and not look back. But I feel with these subs that are mine, not something that came over from like a stream from other people that don't give a shit about me. Like these ones are going to stick. And if I didn't end up blocking hundreds of people and giving them the Hollywood Hogan boot, we would have already hit 20,000 months ago. So, I want to keep the room obviously in the vibe. I want to protect it. So I'd rather work hard to have the right people to be at 20K than just to have a lot of subs and have the room be toxic. I don't want that. Everyone else's channels like that. I don't want it to be like that on mine. So Toby in the building. What's good? Duval. Yeah, I will be doing the Jags Colt reaction video tomorrow. Absolutely. I'll be doing all the Jags and the Colts games this year for you guys. Absolutely. I was actually going to do it the last reaction video today, but I decided to do the Browns and the Bengals, and I wanted to make sure I had good energy for the Jags and Colts. So I figured that would be my first one that I do tomorrow, unless I do this game. So I obviously I have about 5. I think I'm going to try to do tomorrow. So wait in the morning, sometime around 9 or 10 in the morning, and then I'll do the Jags Colt one. So that will be there. Yeah. Like I said, you get those people that are toxic, and and a lot of the people that talk shit, they don't donate, they don't sub, they don't like the videos, they don't share. All they do is just talk shit, and try to stir the pot. I'm like, what's the point of having people like that on the channel if they're not even supporting? They're not even subbing, they're not even liking, they're only chatting like negative shit. They're never going to donate. They're a troll or a shit talker. So I don't need those type of people. And hopefully we get the Mariners to get this dub here. All right, I got the Mariner game going, as well as the second half of this game. And if there's any other photos of anyone that I missed that donated, let me know. That would have been Odin's son, which I don't think he's in the room anymore since he's watching Monday Night Raw, and then Megan. All right, there's a fear that it might be a torn Achilles, it says, because they said it looked like an ankle sprain, but it could have been an Achilles. And if it's an Achilles, the Jets are done. Obviously, we know that. And it looks like it is severe. If they saw something on the X-ray, it would be ankle fracture, high ankle, or a lip sprain. If they didn't, then it probably would be an Achilles. And he had a training calf sprain, so that's terrible. And there's a guy that posted, Aaron Rodgers is going to tear his Achilles on a rain-drenched MetLife turf in 2.5 hours. That was 3 hours ago. I don't know if that motherfucker is a time traveler, but he obviously knew something. They're going to have an MRI tomorrow. And obviously, we had an Achilles tear with J.K. Dobbins, so terrible. 2 Achilles? Oh, no. All right, no problem. Come back, and I'll throw up some more photos for you. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Let me get that up for you, Sarah. I was about to ask you who you want. Appreciate you, Sarah. Garrett Wilson's fantasy, value just went down the shitter. That's terrible. I hit you with the spinning logo too. Appreciate you and your support to the channel. And you know how much I love college, and I know how much you love college as well. I bet you haven't seen this one. Look at this one. Hold up. Woo! Look at that one. The college photo. UCLA has some dogs. Oh, Colts aren't losing to the Texans. Yeah, yeah, that ain't happening. I have not looked that far ahead yet. I don't know. And Texans are not beating the Colts. Colts should be able to win that game. Matt in the building. What's good, brother? Anotech in the building. What's good, brother? You have any Saints players that you want me to showcase or anything like that? You let me know. And Matt, did you see the primetime slot that we got on ABC for the Ducks? They just released that, which is pretty sweet. A couple hours ago. Let me see where it is here. Jared Kelenic is back, and then let me see where it is. All right, so the Pac-12 opener is set. We play Hawaii, this weekend, but then the following week, Oregon, Colorado, Autzen Stadium, 12:30 p.m. ABC national broadcast. I don't know who's going to do the game. I really want, Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt to do it, but they've been doing a lot of Colorado games. But maybe they'll take a break from doing Colorado. And obviously, I'm going to watch every Colorado game for Shadur Sanders and Dion. But maybe we can get Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson to call that game. That would be awesome. But and we do have a chance that we could lose too as well. All right, we got the Mariner game going on here as well. Let's go. Let's go, Logan Gilbert. It's been a minute since I've done a Mariner game. We'll do one tomorrow. Yeah, the Jets are cursed, bro. For real. Oh, suspended. All right, I got you. I watch every Colorado game. I'm a college football fanatic, bro. Like I watch probably more college football than most. I try to watch about 4 games on a Saturday. I usually try to watch 2 or 3, and then I'll have one like recorded or one that I watch later. But no, they can't even win the first game against the Buccaneers. No, but I do love Jay Jetta though. A lot of the photos, for whatever reason, aren't formatting with car. I don't know why. Jared Kelenic is back, baby. That's look at that. He's ripped though. He got the muscles. Yeah, it doesn't look like an ankle. It looks like an Achilles for sure. No problem. And once the Saints take more pictures and there's more, stuff that's available that'll format, I'll definitely throw all that up for you, man. I got you, bro. I don't think Dion has any I don't think he has any goals to go there. It's about mentoring young men instead of dealing with egos on the NFL side. You're dealing with people that have, as much money as you and maybe even more and egos and whatnot. So and honestly, Prime just got there, to Colorado. Why would he want to go to the NFL when he can actually build something there in Colorado? At least be there for a while, and establish yourself. Second down and 10. Zach Wilson looks like trash. Yeah, Michael Thomas is back. I don't think he's like back. He'll never be the player he was with Drew Brees, but they got Olave now. So even if MT13 doesn't pan out, it don't matter anymore. But I'm still rooting for him. Garrett Wilson, fantasy owners, there he is. Yeah, I love Prime. I mean, like I said, that was my favorite corner growing up, and it still is to this day. So, screen pass, Dalvin Cook, nice tackle by the Bills. Well, fucking A. I was really, really hoping that we'd have Aaron Rodgers ball out, and I thought the Jets could win this game and with their defense and Rodgers going to Garrett Wilson. But, after we had a 40-0 Sunday night football game, that might have been the worst in the history of the NFL, right? The Giants didn't show up. Now we get this. This is very disappointing. Sunday night football and Monday night football back to back. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of him, and I've never been a fan of him. But when you go from the Packers to the Jets, I can actually root for you now. So I got to root for him for 4 plays, and that's it. First down, Jets, Brees Hall. But it's like Tom Brady. Not a lot of people liked him, but he went to the Bucs. He was a little bit more likable. I'm not saying that you had to love him, but he was a little bit more likable in the Buck jersey than the New England jersey. I think that's a fair statement. The over under of scoring more than 6. Who knows? Oh, Dalvin. First down, Jets. Dalvin Cook should have signed with the Dolphins. Then they could have ended up having Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, and Dalvin Cook. But again, no one anticipated Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles besides that time traveler that posted that comment about 3 hours ago. But obviously, that person is very familiar with the turf, the rain, and the conditions, and knew that someone was going to get injured. Hybrid in the building. What's good? Yeah, it might be an Achilles tear. I mean, the X-rays were negative, but it looks like it's muscle related. So if it's an Achilles tear like J.K. Dobbins, he's done for the year, and his career might be over if that's the case. So because if Dalvin Cook goes to Miami, you might be able to start. And you're not starting over Brees Hall, even though you were a good player at Minnesota. You know, he's got the bigger body, and obviously Brees Hall got some speed, even though he's bigger. Lenny, I totally agree, but you got a shit ass quarterback. If they had Mike White, the Jets could win this game, but they don't. They chose to keep the wrong guy. I mean, if I'm evaluating that roster, I'm going Mike White over fucking Zach Wilson. I give Zach Wilson the fucking boot. And I don't fucking hire Nathaniel Hackett because of Rodgers. Terrible. Like, you were good on Green Bay, and I get that. You know what I mean? But you're a terrible head coach. And yeah, I definitely would have not done that. But they tried to make Aaron Rodgers happy, bringing in Randall Cobb, Nathaniel Hackett, Lazard, all the pieces that he wanted. And then he plays 4 plays, and his career might be over now. Hybrid, I'll be doing your Ravens reaction video tomorrow. Just giving you a heads up. I'm doing reaction videos for all the games for the most part, so it takes a lot of effort, but so far, besides like preseason, I did. Let's take a look. I mean, I did preseason ones as well, but we did Navy, Notre Dame, San Jose State, USC, Colorado, TCU, Nevada, USC, Boise State, Washington, because I'm trying to do like the quarterbacks. Lions, Chiefs, week 1. I did that. Bucks, Vikings, Titans, Saints, Niners, Steelers today, Panthers, Falcons today, Eagles, Patriots today, Packers, Bears today, and Bengals, Browns. And then obviously I still have another like 7 or 8 to do. So I'll try to do maybe like 5 tomorrow, and then do the Mariner game, and then maybe 3 or 4 on Wednesday, maybe a couple college ones. And then we'll have Thursday night football. So yeah, I wouldn't be high on Dennis Allen either. He's a coordinator, not a head coach. The only reason he's going to keep his job is because you guys are so well rounded. Kind of like the Cowboys and McCarthy. He should have been fired years ago. He's not a good coach. You know what I mean? But again, if you keep winning games and Michael Parsons is the reincarnated Lawrence Taylor, and Dan Quinn is there, even if Dak struggles, you're probably still going to win a lot of games. So, Mr. Williams, how are you, brother? I'm a Buck fan, and I understand that it is not Sean Payton. Allen is not good at head coach. I think it's fair to say that as a Saint fan. You deserve better. I'm a Buck fan in saying that. You deserve better than Dennis Allen. You deserve someone on the Sean Payton level. You know, and obviously you're not going to hear any other Buck fan say that, but I'm just real. I'm not biased. I'm a real motherfucker. So 4 plays in, it looked like it was an ankle sprain or something, but negatives, X-rays were negative, so it may be an Achilles tear. J.K. Dobbins had an Achilles tear in game 1. He's out for the year, and they're fearing that Rodgers has the same thing. And if that's the case, he's done for the year, possibly done for his career, if that's the case. Maybe. We'll see. They'll report it later today or tomorrow. Wrench Gang in the building. What's good? It looked like an Achilles. At first, I thought it was an ankle, but it definitely looked like something popped in his leg a little bit. So, yeah, but there's one thing though, a guy. It's one thing to be able to be a D coordinator or an O coordinator, but there's another thing to be the head coach. And then also, if you're calling the plays on defense or offense, sometimes it's too much to handle. Like Nathaniel Hackett was a good offensive play call for the Packers, but he couldn't handle being the head coach and the play caller on Denver. Some guys are meant to lead, and other guys are just meant to call plays. That is just the reality. How's work going? How are you doing? I hope everything is going well for you. 13-3 Bills. Second down at 9. I mean, the only thing that's going to be able to help the Jets come back is like Brees Hall and the Jets defense make big plays. Like if the Jets can get like a pick six or a fumble, for a touchdown, a punt return or kick return for a touchdown, and then Brees Hall gets like loose, and then maybe they get or Garrett Wilson, and then maybe they can come back. But Russo with the punch out on Brees Hall. $30 in donos. Let's get to a hundo. Josh McDaniels, yep. Some guys are great play callers. Other guys can lead and they can be call plays. Like Kyle Shanahan can lead, call plays. Sean McVay can lead and call plays, but not everyone can do it. Some guys are just coordinators, and then they get elevated into that position. I'm like, fuck, I have to actually be a leader. And some guys, they're not born to lead. Wilson going back like Tecmo Bowl. Where the hell is he going? What does he think he is? Bo Jackson or Barry Sanders? This isn't Tecmo Bowl, Zach Wilson. No OT. Okay. Well, yeah, because Jim Schwartz has got that defense on point, and if you see the Bengals lose like that, the Browns are definitely in the mix. Steelers didn't look good, but they played the Niners, so when they play shitty teams, they'll look better. But now Deontay Johnson and Cameron Hayward are hurt. So now the Ravens and Browns take advantage, where the Bengals and Steelers may struggle, and then you may get better football than the Ravens and Browns. But again, it's too early. It's only week 1. So. Oh, yeah, Demario Davis. He was on the Jets and the Browns. I bless the sports gods every day that you guys saved Demario Davis, a.k.a. the glue. Literally, like, my favorite player on that team. I mean, there's a lot of players on your team that I like, but I love me some Demario Davis. Lattimore, Cameron Jordan, Ramczyk, AK-41, Olave's nice. I like Carr. There's a lot of guys. But I would say Demario Davis, Cameron Jordan, Lattimore, Ramczyk. Those are probably my favorite. AK-41 too. Those would be my main ones. Mo Gumbo in the building. How are you? 4th and 13. Kick us up, and it's good. I think Cal Raleigh just homered. Oh, 3-0 Mariners. Let's go. New York can't. I mean, like, think about the media. You live in New York, and you got the Giants and the Jets. Golly. No thanks. I mean, besides Buffalo. Yeah, Tech, you got it. All right, let me take a quick peek to the Mariners here real quick. I got that stream going. I want to make sure my stream isn't lagging, though, if I have 2 games up in my stream. So I think it may. I have to kind of monitor it and see how my face looks and see if I have any, like, distortion. But I think it's going to – I'll just watch the replay later. All right, let me take a quick look. Hernandez hit sacrifice to fly right. Crawford and Rodriguez to second. And then Raleigh homered. Nice. Raleigh with a 2-run homer. Hell yeah. 3-0 Mariners. It's been a minute to do the Mariners. I'm really looking forward to doing them tomorrow against the Angels. And I'll be busting out reaction videos like a crazy-ass person. So, and we have been gaining subs for my reaction videos on college and the NFL. Now we only need 56 subs to get to 20,000. Remember when we were a couple hundred away? And I've been grinding. Within the last week and a half, we've gained 101. So finally, my reaction videos and the Mariner live streams are hitting the properly. So it'll be a magical day once we hit 20,000, and hopefully we never look back. Michael in the building. It's a Saints party in here. Polish in the building. What's good? And obviously the Saints fans love my reaction videos because I'm the only fucking Buck fan on planet Earth that the Saints fans respect and fucking like, because I keep it real. I say when they're doing good, I say when they're doing bad, but I keep it real, and I also showcase, people that, like Demario Davis that doesn't get any love. And that's the coolest thing for me. That my fan base with the Saints is bigger than my fan base with the Bucks. The Bucks fan base is delusional, and they're not even on YouTube. And they want to argue with me talking about Baker Mayfield and us tanking is a bad thing. you know. So, if I got more Saints people a part of my channel than Bucks, fuck, that's what I want anyways. As long as I get, and I know some Saints fans will be a little delusional and a little biased, but a lot of the ones that are on this channel, they might have some biasness, but they at least can understand what I'm talking about, and we vibe, and that's what it's about. So, no worries, brother, no worries. It's a Saints party in here. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat gonna beat them Saints? And I know the Saints reaction videos are going to do well, and the Bucks ones will probably do decent too because I'm a Bucks fan. But it's so abnormal for a Bucks fan and Saints fans to get along. It's like a Seahawk streamer getting along with the Rams, or fan base, or the Cardinals or the Niners. A Seahawk streamer getting along with Niner fans, it just wouldn't happen. A Packer fan getting along with the Vikings and the Bears and the Lions, it wouldn't happen. There's certain rivalries that it's not going to happen. A Cowboy streamer getting along with Eagle fans, not going to happen. But obviously, I'm a little bit more real than a lot of those other people that are out there. I'm a fan of greatness. First down, Bills. Yeah, I want a draft pick, but if I'm going to win games, I'm going to compete. And I love defense. So as long as my defense plays well, that's what I want. If Baker sucks at some point, so be it. We'll get our quarterback. But, we'll see. If the Bucs defense played elite, we would have lost that game. We actually played like a championship defense against the Vikings. Otherwise, we would have lost. And no one's talking about the Bucs today. So let them know, Mr. Williams. Yeah, of course Saints fans can be delusional. Are you kidding me? You guys have the most toxic fan base on planet Earth, right? You, Eagles, Cowboys. You guys' fan base is a bunch of delusional motherfuckers, right? But on the flip side, there are some people that have brains that actually think open-mindedly, and when we can talk open-mindedly and have some opinions and bounce them off each other, we can get along, and that's what it's about. Most Buck fans are delusional too, thinking that we're better than we are, or just being an idiot. And that's why I'm not a part of any Buccaneer fan pages, because there's too many dumbasses in that room. I can't deal with them. Cook, first down, Bills. Well, yeah. Well, Falcons and Saints are the natural rivalry, like the Bucks and the Panthers are the natural rivalry. But then the Bucks and Saints got heated because Brady came, and then it was like you guys were winning the division every year for 4 or 5 years straight, and then here comes Tom Brady, and you guys dominate all the time, beat our ass twice in the regular season, and then you had O-Dog bang with the uppercut in the playoffs, and then we went all the way. So I get it, But again, I'm not like a normal Buccaneer fan. I'm a fan of greatness, even when it's on the rival team like the Saints. And honestly, I enjoy watching the Saints. I really do. Sometimes they're more entertaining than even my own team. But you'll never hear a Buck fan say that. They'll just be haters. Yeah, or Drake May, or Michael Penix Jr., or Shadur Sanders. We'll see. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Stupid he is, as stupid does. Curtis in the building. What's good? Well, it depends. If we're trying to win games, yes, with Baker. If we're trying to tank Kyle Trask, but the thing is when you bring in a vet like Baker, it's one of those things where you give him the job, but ultimately you hope he loses it. You know what I'm saying? It's like Ryan Tannehill over Malik or Corral or whatever. It's like, okay, Ryan Tannehill has the experience, but he's going to fuck up. Just let him have the job so he feels good about himself, and you wait for the player to fuck up to lose the job. So it looks like they have your back, but in essence, they don't. They're just waiting for you to fuck up instead of just putting in the backup right away, and then you're a disgruntled player on the bench. You know what I mean? It's like mind games. It's like, oh, we have your back, Baker. No, you don't. You just put him in there because he's got more experience than Trask, and then when he fucks up, you put Trask in, and then Trask will lose more games. It's like tanking without saying you're tanking. Allen goes down. But I mean, the defense was lights out. We actually played like like when we had Tom Brady and when we actually had like a really good championship defense. Our defense against Vikings week 1 was like that. That's why I was like, what the hell? We even had like no name random rookies and players that are like no namers, like a Mike Smith, a Joe Blow, like who is this? And they're making interceptions, and I was like, okay. I was very surprised. I had Tate Dead on fantasy. He still did pretty good, but if we didn't play good D, we would have lost for sure. So, and if your D plays stellar, you can win a game. Absolutely. Second down and 12. Allen takes the hit. Pick it off. Speaking of Buccaneers, okay. Whitehead. Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Whitehead in the 4th round with 117th overall pick in 2018. Second pick. I could have used that in Tampa still. That's true. That's very, very true. But again, like if Baker does well, I'm not going to be just like I want to lose games because I want my franchise QB. You can't hate on me for that. But apparently, when I did the Bucks video, you had these Buck fans that are supposedly like incredibly smart, saying that I'm an idiot for wanting the Bucks to tank. So what am I supposed to do? Just root for Baker to be my guy for the next 5 or 6 years? And if you're a fan of another team, would you want Baker? Hell no, not for your long-term future. Short-term, fine, but not long-term, right? And then this other old guy, this like nerd, he's like real fans, that are actually smart and that aren't bandwagon in fair weather. They're going to root for the Bucks no matter what. Go Bucks! This guy's an idiot. I'm like, all right, well, obviously you don't watch college football, and if you watch college football, you can see the immense talent. This upcoming draft for quarterbacks might be one of the best ones in the last 10 years, maybe even more. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., right? Shedeur Sanders, and a couple others. Quinn Ewers. I mean, there legitimately could be a couple guys that could turn into top 12 quarterbacks, and then a couple others that could maybe top 15, top 16. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you want me to do? Just be like, oh, I got Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask, and that's going to be good enough to get a Super Bowl? Fuck no. I want to be competitive. I don't want to, have Baker Mayfield for 5 years. Idiots. Of course, you can criticize if you're not a Buck fan, but if you're a Buck fan and you're like, yeah, oh, Baker Mayfield, it's like I want to lose games so I can get someone better. I don't know. Let me check. Jerry says, now my whole team is fucked. A-Rod out 8 to 9 weeks. When Garrett Wilson won't get me points, half my team is fucked. Yeah, I wish we had Jordan Whitehead still, and it shows you Jordan Whitehead on the Bucks had good technique, and I didn't want to let him go. The Jets paid him more money. Look, 2 picks. For a guy that was like what, a 4th rounder, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Bucks know how to evaluate the talent. Like if I could get like Caleb Williams or a Drake May, and then Baker was my backup, hell yeah, I would take Baker as my backup over Kyle Trask, but I wouldn't want him as my starter. Like Jameis Winston for your guys' Saints, would you want him to start over Carr? Fuck no. There's moments where Jameis looked like he was healthy, but he's still turnover prone. You know what I mean? No, we don't got anything on there besides Odin Son's 15 earlier today. Allen, thinking that he's Patrick Mahomes. You turn the ball over way too much. Like I said, they need better offensive line. They need better running backs and a better defense. So that way Josh Allen doesn't do those stupid Hail Mary throws or he tries to hurdle 5 guys, get 80 yards rushing every game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Matt Milano. I like Tre'Davious White. I like some of the players they have. But when Von Miller went out, the defense wasn't as good, you know? The Bills need a lot, but their fan base thinks that they have enough to go all the way, but apparently they don't. Because if they were so good to go all the way, they would have already went all the way already. 20-plus yard throws, 0 for 3 with 2 picks. No surprise there. Yeah. Well, the Jets got Robert Saleh, the Niners coordinator. So Sauce Gardner, we haven't even heard his name all day. Quentin Williams is one of the best, defensive linemen. Sauce is arguably the best corner. But what about the rest of the pieces? You need more than 2 guys that you can count on every game. But with that being said, they do have a good supporting cast like Whitehead and a few others. And this Jets defense could be top 10, top 5, or maybe even better. So, and your boy's voice is tired doing all those goddamn reaction videos. And I've been literally sitting here in my room doing videos all fucking day. 5 reaction videos and doing this thing and making a thumbnail that took an hour and a half. But at least we're getting subs and it's paying off. Look out! And if you're smart, you get Garrett Wilson the ball. You do trips right or trips left. You throw him the ball, right? You have the 2 blockers in front of you, and you get fantasy points of Garrett Wilson, and he can be elusive, and you got to be able to move Breece Hall in motion as well. You got to be able to know your personnel. I know it's Zach Wilson, and it shows you. They fucked up by keeping Zach Wilson instead of keeping Mike White, period. 3-2 Mariners. Fourth down and 6. Jets with the punt. I mean, at least it's not 40-0. I mean, we did a lot of mental health, and we did a lot of positive talks about life and mental health, and just being there for each other, and talking football and sports and whatnot. So, yeah, but the thing, Curtis, that a lot of people, if you watch my reaction video, I break everything down because I read about 4 to 6 hours a day, and I'm going through the beat writers and I'm watching film. The number one difference with the Cleveland Browns, right, besides Deshaun Watson in that offense, is Jim Schwartz is the new defensive coordinator. And what he's doing, he's moving Myles Garrett around. Instead of having him play D-line or D-tackle, right, he's actually putting him back at linebacker and having him rush the quarterback. He's only been able to do that like 5 or 6 snaps in his career. And now they decided to do that, and they couldn't even convert on 3rd down. They held Joe Burrow to 3 points in fantasy. So if you have Jim Schwartz, and he's the former Detroit Lions head coach, very likable guy, very intelligent, very smart, very passionate. If you have that type of scheme, and Deshaun Watson starts playing like the Texans, Deshaun Watson before he was ass grabbing and being a predator, right? And you get that old Deshaun Watson, right? And then you also get that defense from Schwartz. The Browns could win the division. The Browns could, end up winning 10 or 11 games if they can keep it up and not get injured. But again, we have to kind of wait and see. The Pittsburgh Steelers didn't look good after going undefeated in preseason, looked like dog shit, but they played the Niners. And the Niners are one of the top 3 teams in the NFL. So, and then the Bengals didn't look good. And then the Ravens ended up getting the dub, but I don't think they looked that impressive either. So, it's week 1. So there's going to be a lot of overreactions. But one thing that I did see that I like, I'm a defensive guy. Jim Schwartz is him. Dan Quinn's the best defensive coordinator overall. Jim Schwartz might win the award this year as one of being the best defensive, minds in 2023, especially if Jim Schwartz leads the Browns to a number 1 seed or a wild card. Even if they win 10 games, that's a huge accomplishment for Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? That's why you never can count out, teams that are ranked 4th, because we always have a worst to first or a 3rd to 1st every year. Sometimes we have 2. So, but based on what I saw in the reaction video that I did, I like what I see. I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan, but I love me some Nick Chubb. I love Amari Cooper, right? I love Donovan Peoples-Jones. I love Myles Garrett. I love Jim Schwartz. I love the defense. And I love that they changed the scheme completely to let Myles Garrett roam, and then you can get the most out of him. Hell, he might get 20 sacks this year. They already got 2. What are you talking about, hybrid? You're a Ravens fan. The last time I checked, they had Deshaun Watson. He actually looked good yesterday. And then they got who? Who else do they got? a quarterback from UCLA, and he looks pretty damn good himself too. So technically, even if Deshaun Watson goes down with an injury, they got another one. UCLA's got some dogs. Dorian Thompson Robinson, Jake Bobo on Seattle. There's a lot of guys, even Sarah's guy as well. Allen, Chip Kelly knows how to coach those guys up. Chip Kelly still gets athletes. Initial drifter in the building. What's good? No worries. Like I said, I'm going to be pumping them out. We're getting subs. And like I said, 20,000 subs. We're getting close. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys in general, but their defense is fucking amazing. I mean, I usually try to grab it in fantasy every year. I usually try to grab the Eagles, the Patriots, the Niners, the Cowboys. There's certain defenses I always try to grab. 56 subs to go, baby, to 20,000. Nice tackle. Yeah. But at least you got a Super Bowl with Breeze, and that's really what it matters. You didn't want to have a quarterback like that go down in history like Dan Marino and never having one, or like a John Stockton, Carmelone, or that type of a narrative for a player. Like really good, but you didn't win anything. You know, so you got to be thankful, even if it was only one, that you guys got your dub. All right, Jets, you need a punt return for a touchdown, kick return for a touchdown, pick for a touchdown, fumble for a touchdown. And if you're not going to get that to get to Uncle Mo, it's got to be Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall, period. So if the sports gods are listening, that's how you get back in this game. So, but like I said, week one was a lot of craziness. You know what I mean? Like the Lions beating the Chiefs, but they didn't have Kelsey, they didn't have Chris Jones, but you knew that the Lions were coming, and it took everything they had, including a pick six, to get the dub. Right? Browns beating the Bengals 24-3 and not letting Burrow convert on third down was insanity. It was just insanity, but it shows you defense wins championships. Burrow was 14 for 31 with 82 yards. That is just disgusting. They only had 6 first downs the whole game. 6. I mean, you're talking about an ass whooping. That was it. And then no one saw the Seahawks losing to the Rams either. Those were the two most shocking. And then I would say third would probably be the Bucks beating Minnesota. I did not see that coming. If I knew the defense was going to play like that, then maybe I would have been a little bit more confident. But I thought we were in tank mode. Apparently, they were trying to win. So you have a Breeze signed Super Bowl hat? No way. That's awesome. Next year, everybody, USC, UCLA, fucking Oregon and Washington going at it, Michigan, Ohio State. I'm not afraid. Wisconsin. I'm looking forward to, at least hopefully Oregon can end up being in the top 6. You know what I mean? But again, when you have Ohio State and Michigan and USC, you would assume those will be the top 3. And then Oregon and Washington and UCLA are going to have to fight with Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan State, and a few of the others. But I feel that most of the Pac-12 teams, Oregon, Washington, UCLA, and USC should be in the top 7. And then you have Michigan and Ohio State, and then also, you'll have it sprinkled in a little Wisconsin and Iowa from time to time. So, yeah, Sarah did. Sarah drafted Burrow, but she had no choice because obviously I drafted Mahomes. And then Jalen went off the board. Allen went off the board, who she had last year. And then she took Burrow, which is the most natural person to take at that point, you know. But, if I could do a redraft, I would have drafted Tua. I would have had him as my backup. Or, fuck, maybe even my starter over Mahomes, the way that he's been playing. Zach Wilson, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Oregon is going to struggle in the Big Ten, especially if we don't fire Dan Lanning. Because we need defense to be able to compete with those schools like Michigan, Ohio State, USC. You know what I mean? You're Washington, Wisconsin, Iowa. A lot of those teams they have balance, and you just can't have a good offense and think you're going to skate by. So if Tua stays healthy the whole year, right, they have a chance to win the division. Like, the Bills, if they had Aaron Rodgers, they would have a chance to win the division. It's not just Bills automatically year after year. But if Aaron Rodgers was healthy the whole year and Tua was healthy for the whole year, there's a chance that you could have three teams all around 10 wins. I don't think that's that crazy to think. So it looks like I won over Reflect. Jerry won. Shep won. And Sarah needs 8 points to be able to win, and hopefully she's hoping that Dalvin Cook doesn't get any more. But Diggs needs to get in the end zone, and Diggs already has 19.2. And really what lost it for you, Sarah, was not just Burrow getting 3, but also it was Pittsburgh defense getting 3 and Matt Gay getting 3. You needed your defense to be better. Deontay Johnson getting hurt and getting a 7.8, that's one thing. But when you have 3 out of 9 getting 9 points total, that's a killer. But even if you lose, I know you'll bounce back next week. And then Chief won. So me, Jerry, Shep, and then it looks like Megan's going to beat Sarah unless Stephon Diggs gets a big touchdown pass, which is still possible. And then Chief will Chief. So, oh yeah, that was one of the best college football teams of all time. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. That's fucking insanity. Yeah, Iowa's defense is nasty. I always like watching you guys play too. So, and it'll be fun when we can actually go after each other. Oregon versus Iowa, and then me and Sarah can go 1-on-1. It'll be fun. Oregon versus Wisconsin, who I already have their number in Rose Bowl. But I'm looking forward to Oregon, Michigan, Oregon, Ohio State. We're not afraid. Washington won't be afraid of them. USC won't be afraid. Just because we're going to the Big Ten, you think that we're afraid? Maybe the only team that would be afraid is Chip Kelly and UCLA. But don't be surprised one day in like 5 years, if Chip is still there, if UCLA knocks off one of those teams, like Ohio State or Michigan in the regular season, I could see that happening. Like the Pac-12 got some athletes. We might not be as good as the Big Ten, but every once in a while, USC and Oregon and Washington, UCLA, we can bring it. So $30. We got 70 to go. Like I said, I've been pumping out these reaction videos, so obviously I don't get any compensation with those. But if you want to show some love for not just me doing the live streams and giving out all my blood, sweat, and tears, obviously I don't get anything for the reaction stuff, but we definitely can get some views and we can get some subs from there. Then you can show some appreciation with some donos with the hard work I'm going to be doing on those too. Take a look at the sub count to see if we've gained any. All right, we're still at 56 to go. I'll take that. 56 to go. So I have 28,000 like 900 views or something like that, and I have 13,000 more views than normal. Well, there you go. Saints Titans got 1,400 bucks. Vikings 1,100. That's what I'm talking about. Saints fans know what's up. They fucking support me. You know what I told you, Jerry? I told you after that J.K. Dobbins injury, the sports gods were going to help you out, and the Cowboys got you 35 points and saved you. And I told you, Algier and Bajan isn't bad. If you were actually going to run running back 1, running back 2, that's the number 1 option in the NFL. So be blessed that you actually have both. You can actually run both and actually score points. Look at week 1. Yeah, we can win it over Wisconsin and Iowa, but Michigan and Ohio State typically are going to be better than Oregon. Oregon and USC are the biggest threats, to Michigan and Ohio State. But I mean, we need recruiting. If we had Mario Cristobal, I would be more confident. I told you, Jerry, I know football, brother. You know what I mean? Look at those numbers. And Algier gets a lot of looks. He's the most underrated RB2 in the NFL overall. Number one. It used to be like Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, but nobody wants Kareem Hunt anymore. He's a fucking free agent. But Algier could start probably on 10 teams in the NFL. He's legit. And Bijan is the future. Hell, Bijan might be a top 5 back at the end of the year. It could be rookie of the year on the offense. You know what I'm saying? But you're still going to want to look for depth besides those two. And that'll be a lesson learned. You can't just have 2 running backs in fantasy and hope that you're going to skate by. 2 or 3 is not enough. You need to have 4 or 5 so that way you have backups, your backups, and then an extra one just in case, and you stay away from players that have injuries. Never draft J.K. Dobbins. You draft him, he's going to get hurt. And unfortunately, he got hurt again. All right, we're in the fourth quarter now. Allen, Cook. Oh, the Jets don't even have another quarterback. Like, why would you even get rid of Mike White? That's like the dumbest shit ever after the success that he had. Yeah, he had some growing pains, but he's much better than Zach Wilson's busted ass. I would take Mike White on the Buccaneers. I think Mike White was actually pretty good. Just because your name is Mike White and you're a low-name guy, what, that means that you can't play in the NFL? That's ridiculous. Hey, look at Tua. People think Tua sucks, and he just threw for like almost 500 yards. Yeah, I know he has Tyreek and he's got Waddle, but I mean the guy is a baller, but he doesn't have concussion. And he's a lefty. Lefties are smooth. Saints have 4. There you go. You had your one guy with your little steroids and PEDs and whatnot. Nana. 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Some organizations are run well. Other organizations are not. Like, instead of getting Dalvin Cook, re-sign Mike White with that money, dummies. Yeah, Swiss Army knife. But I definitely feel that the Saint fan base will be one of the number one supporters. I mean, they normally are. Usually Eagles, Saints, Chiefs. Those are the 3 fan bases that support me the most typically. Shotgun set, screen pass. And I'm really proud of the Chiefs, with the representation in the Eagles. But the one that probably is the most special is the Saints fan because they're not supposed to like me. Now, if I was just like every other Buck fan, you know what I mean, then obviously we would not get along and we wouldn't like each other. But just the simple fact that I can understand what it's like to be a Saints fan and just, give kudos and praise when needed, and also show love to players that don't get love like Demario Davis and let everyone know how I feel and how I actually enjoy watching the Saints play and I enjoy some of their players. That's what builds that bond and that chemistry. And I feel good that the Saints fans accept me, because like I feel like a lot of them feel like I'm low key a Saint fan, like an undercover Saint fan. Some of them think I am. I just love greatness, and it just so happens that you guys got a lot of greatness on your team. What am I going to do? Hate on your greatness? Oh, Cameron Jordan, Hall of Famer, fuck him. Oh, Lattimore, he sucks. No, he doesn't. You guys got Demario Davis, boo. AK-41, whatever. Olave, he's trash. I mean, they're good. I mean, it's like the one question I always ask myself: if they were on the Buccaneers, would I like them? And if the answer is yes, then I have to show love. First down and 10, 13-6 Buffalo. And obviously Buffalo would love to just run the ball and run the clock out, but we go from one boring game that was over in the first quarter, 40-0 Cowboys over the Giants, we damn boys, to a defensive battle, which I normally like, but there's no Aaron Rodgers. So I think some of the Saints fans love me more than either other Saints fans. Saints fans hate other Saints fans. I feel like really loved, like Saints fans love me more than they love some of the other, comrades and other acquaintances that are Saints fans also. So that makes me feel good. Hell, some Saints fans like me more than Saints YouTubers. That's crazy. But again, I feel I've earned it, because just because you're a Saint YouTuber or a Saint streamer doesn't mean that you're, not biased. And some people like that shit talking kind of attitude. And, if you're going to be biased, then everyone can hop on the wagon and talk shit. But eventually, it's nice to be open minded and kind of like see the league as a whole and, go over things together, not just be a hater 24/7. Uh-oh, Mariners are tied up 3-3 now. Boo. Third down and 2. Shotgun set for Allen. Flick of the wrist. Picked. Hey, Whitehead from the Buccaneers. What did I tell you? 1 pick, 2 pick, 3 picks. He's a 4th rounder. I wanted him to come back to the Buccaneers. Look at that. 3 picks. And the funny thing is, the Jets fans didn't even want him. They booed it. They're like, boo, this guy sucks. He was on the Bucs. Well, I imagine now he'll be a fan favorite. Look at that. I thought the story was supposed to be about Sauce Gardner. Instead, it's Whitehead. Look at that. 3 interceptions for Jordan Whitehead. That's my boy. Shows you. Sean Murphy Bunting. We don't have him anymore, right? We had him, right? We had Carlton Davis III, Jamel Dean, right? Antoine Winfield Jr., and Jordan Whitehead. So no wonder we ended up winning the Super Bowl. We had ballers. Even the lower name guys were good. And now you guys are starting to realize that and see it. Very cool. Logan. Uh-oh. 2 homers and 3 ribbies. Fuck. I appreciate that. And Saints fans have been riding with me since I started the channel in 2017. So it's nothing new. But I appreciate the love that I get from the Saints, the Eagles, and the Chiefs, and as well as all the other fan bases. It makes me feel good, Because like I said, almost 99% of the streamers that are out there are incredibly biased. And like most people in life are incredibly biased. So it's just nice to be that 1% that kind of is the voice of reason. That, you can have your opinions, but I'll also open your eyes to maybe how I think. And then maybe you can, evaluate my opinion and, maybe you'll agree with me one day. Or at least, see where I'm coming from. All right, little Pilo. Love me some Pilo. Whitehead, 3 picks, and it's supposed to be Sauce Gardner this, Sauce Gardner that, and then boom, it's the 4th rounder from the Buccaneers with 3 picks. I mean, look at that. I mean, some guys go a whole season without getting 3. This motherfucker got 3 in 1 game. I mean, he's pacing for what, 10? I mean, probably more than 10 if you're actually going through a 17-game season. He's probably pacing for, I mean, it's hard to get interceptions. I mean, somewhere between 8 and 12. Yeah, at this point, if he already has 3, but there's going to be games where he has 0. But there's a good chance that he gets to 10 interceptions this year. And obviously that means he's going to the Pro Bowl, like you said. Absolutely. Yep. So I ended up doing the reaction video, Air Love of the Packers, and Jordan Love is him. You can already tell. Like Jordan Love, he's got good footwork. That's the first thing that I noticed. He's got good release, right? You got good weapons. You even have Christian Watson. You got Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon still, right? Romeo Dobbs is a fucking OG. Like you've got plenty of Lazard gone doesn't hurt you, right? Obviously Randall Cobb is old as shit. Aaron Rodgers is gone now. He's probably tore his Achilles, but you guys could win the division again. I hope it ends up being the Lions up there. Maybe Lions and Packers will be the teams in the playoffs. So. If you got Josh Allen in fantasy, you're not happy. That's what, and they always say, "Oh, Josh Allen is better than Burrow. Josh Allen's better than Mahomes." Is he? It's a hype machine. He's like one of the most overhyped elite quarterbacks on planet Earth. Throws way too many picks. He throws into double, triple coverage 1,000 times more than Burrow and Mahomes. Ridiculous. Chief has got him. He's got 8.5 points, but he's still going to win though. Backup is Dak, and Dak got 6. That's rough. A lot of quarterbacks did not do good today or this week. Mahomes, I had, right? 19.54. Jalen, 12.5. That's not good. Deshaun Watson with 20. Fields with 14. Trevor Lawrence with 17, Tua with 27, which was like the best. Burrow with 3, Lamar with 6, Geno Smith with 9, and Allen with 8. Like, what the hell is going on with the quarterbacks this year in fantasy? They're terrible. Besides Mahomes and Tua and Deshaun Watson, Lazard. And if you can just tie the game and go to overtime, anything can happen. Give it to Garrett Wilson, goddammit. Garrett Wilson has 4 points. That sucks. Come on, Jerry. It's exactly why he is. Before Josh Allen had Stephon Diggs, he was fucking ass. Look at his stats. Then he got Diggs, and you got a true number one receiver, and his stats got elevated. But Josh Allen is marketable, right? People like him, and they love to hop on that Bills bandwagon. You know, it's all a popularity thing. You know, with their jerseys and Bills Mafia jumping through tables. You know, but he's overrated. Is he a good player? Yes, but there's other guys that that are better than him. Facts. Yeah, he's got elite talent and he's amazing as a runner. But again, no running back that's a stud. Offensive line always gets hurt. Defense is normally ass. Like, I mean, what do you expect? If you don't have a stud running back to take the pressure off him from throwing 3 picks in the game, this is what you get. So, yeah. But also, too, the Jets have one of the top defenses in the league this year, too. So, it's a little give and take. Bills defense is playing well today, and the Jets defense is playing well today. So, third down and 5. Someone get Mike White on the phone. There we go. There we go. Astros lost to the A's. Good. And Mike White is on the Dolphins. That's crazy. Go. Second and goal. This game kind of got exciting. The game was like boring for a little bit. Then you got Jordan Whitehead from my Buccaneers with 3 picks, right? And then now you can go to overtime. We can actually have a good game here. Chief in the building. What's good, brother? Great example. Yeah, Allen is playing like Ryan Tannehill. Big facts. I would take Herbert over Josh Allen as well. Even not just because I'm a Duck fan, but I just think he's not careless with the football. I would take Burrow and Mahomes. Mahomes 1, Burrow 2, and then Herbert 3. Oh! Got me out here like Pat Fryer. Move! Hitting the dab from 2015. Holy shit! Wow. Look at Garrett. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh, baby. Let's go. You bailed out Zach Wilson right there. Wow. Extra point is up. Oh no! Oh my god! I thought they were gonna miss that. Holy shit! Oh, can you imagine Garrett Wilson making that, and they all are celebrating, being cocky, and then it goes wide right, and then they lose by one? Wow. Well, this game isn't 40-0 like the Cowboys and the Giants, and literally the game was boring for about half the game, but now it got really fucking interesting. And I did predict the Jets to win this game if Rodgers was QBing, even though he only played 4 plays. But wow, rooftop in the building. What's good? What's the score of the Mariner game right now? Still 3-3. Yeah, Allen and Cook. Yeah, most of the people in our league have already won. So I got a dub over Reflect. Jerry won. Shep won by like 50. And then it looks like unless Stephon Diggs ends up getting a big touchdown, Sarah's going to drop a game, but she'll bounce back. But again, Brandon Ayuk for Megan had 33. So if that doesn't happen and Burrow gets more than goddamn 3 points, but again, the quarterbacks did not do good. Did not do good this week. It's probably the lowest point total from quarterbacks that I've seen. I picked Mahomes in the third round. He got 20. Hurts 12. Deshaun Watson 20. Fields 14. Tua with the best game, 466 yards and 3 tutties, 27. Lawrence with 17. Burrow with 3. Lamar with 6. Gino with 9. Allen with 8. Like, this is the worst point total I've ever seen. Oh, nice. I love dogs. I love me some animals. I mean, like I said, Paisley's like my daughter, so it's like I love, 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 love. That's awesome. Uncle Mo picked up the phone. Yeah. LA night. Yeah. How's that Monday Night Raw going for anyone that was watching that? Has that been good? Yeah, Jordan, Josh Allen, it might be the most overrated elite quarterback that we've seen in the last 20 years. I mean, there's so much love and pub, and I get it. But if you actually watched him at Wyoming, he was raw, and like I said, you saw like upside in the ceiling. But in the first couple of years in Buffalo, everyone forgets he wasn't good. And then you got Diggs, and then he got good. But was it because of him or was it because of Diggs? It was because of Diggs. I'm not saying that Allen hasn't progressed and gotten better, but if you're talking about a turnover machine, you're looking at one in a Buffalo uniform. That's why I never draft Josh Allen. Chief O'Keefe is like, I did. Oh, you shouldn't have drafted him, bro. No, Love is already drafted, bro. No one's going to be able to grab Love. Most of the people picked up Kenny Pickett and Love with like 3 picks to go, like in round 13. So, and Love is going to be a good player. LA night, yeah. Like I thought that, if the offensive line and the defense would not sustain injuries, I thought that the Steelers with Pickett and Love with the Packers could break out. The Steelers already have Cameron Hayward injured for like a month. Deontay Johnson is hurt. They're fucked. So Pickett stock went down. Jordan Love stock went up. So should be the Packers and the Lions. You would think, going to the playoffs this year. Maybe the Vikings scale back and the Bears are in fourth. Allen, fumble. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I ended up making picks, for Mo Gumbo, right? Because he ends up winning a shitload of money and then he wanted the glory. And I get the money at the end and he wanted me to pick straight up. And there were some picks that I got wrong. That was like 50-50, but he said just do it. But I did pick the Jets to win this game, assuming that Aaron Rodgers was going to QB. The Jets are going to win this game. Jordan Whitehead, my Buccaneer, 3 picks. Carlton Davis III, Sean Murphy Bunting, Jamel Dean, Antoine Winfield Jr., Jordan Whitehead. When you hear those names, it doesn't really sound sexy, but then you start to realize how good the Buck players are when they end up going to another team typically. Except for maybe Jameis Winston. Wow. Mosley tried to take it from his own player. Josh Allen. He coughed it up, and then he tried to pick it up and got smashed, baby. I'm not a big fan of Josh Allen. Overrated. Overrated. Patrick Mahomes, better. Joe Burrow, even though he had a shitty game one, better. Justin Herbert, better. Now, if we're talking about the next, and then Jalen Hurts, better. But then after that, then Josh Allen. Because then you're competing with like a Lamar and then the next wave. And if I had to go Josh Allen or Lamar, I'm going to go Josh Allen. But, instead of being a top 2, top 3, you're probably the 5th best quarterback. But I would go Jalen Hurts, Herbert. So I would probably go, my pecking order would probably go Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, and then Herbert. I'm not a fucking duck homer. I'm not going to be like Justin Herbert, number 1. There's people that are better than Herbert. But if Herbert actually had good coaching, a good line, and a better team, Herbert could be number 1, number 2, number 3. He could be right there with Jalen and obviously with Burrow and Mahomes if he had help. Not just star position players. O-line, D-line coaching. Staley's garbage. Uncle Mo, baby. Please. $30 in donos. Let's get to a hundo. 70 to go. And your boy's been grinding on the reaction videos. And we're grinding and we're grinding and we're grinding. And we just gained another sub. 55 to go to 20,000. Let's go. 55 to go. We've gained like over 100, 120 in the matter of the last couple weeks. So reaction videos are helping. Mariner streams are helping. And NFL is helping. 2nd down and 4. And college reaction videos are helping too for college football. Go Brees! The Jets are fun to root for. It's like I always rooted for the Jets, the Jags, and the Lions because they suck, right? But now the Jags are like the best in the AFC South. The Jets got Rodgers, but if he has a torn Achilles, then they're going to be shitty again. And then the Lions look like they might end up competing with the Packers for the divisional crown. I like that. You like that? I like that. Trevor Lawrence, there's a chance. He ain't there yet, though, and he can't run the ball better than Josh Allen. So I don't know if Lawrence will ever pass him, honestly. Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe one of the rookies next year could, whether that be Caleb Williams, Drake May, Shadur Sanders, or Michael Penix Jr. Maybe one out of those 4 or 5 guys, Quinn Ewers, the next year's draft class at quarterback, could have a better draft class than Trevor Lawrence, who's good, right? Zach Wilson, bust. Mac Jones, bust, who's like average, right? Trey Lance, super bust, right? And then Justin Fields, potential. So you got one guy with potential, but you need help. And then Trevor Lawrence, who's good. And then the other 3 are booty cheeks. And then Mac Jones is average. So you got 3 guys that are average or better and 2 that are terrible, But in next year's draft, we can actually have 4 or 5 guys that could be at least above average, and then 2 that could be superstars. So go for it. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Penix Jr. might turn into Tua. And like you said, he's got a smooth football, and he's a lefty. I've been watching his whole career. He went to Indiana, was pretty good. Went to UW. The guy throws like Tua. The only thing about him is injuries have kind of, plagued him in his career. But if he can stay healthy, I'm really rooting for Michael Penix Jr. I would love to have him on the Bucs if we could make it work. 4th and 1. Jets with the first down. LA Knight. Yeah. Yeah. Jets. Jets, Jets, Jets. Dude, Mo Gumbo's going to be happy with my picks. And I was thinking, oh, hell, Aaron Rodgers is down. I'm going to lose his picks. I got some wrong, but he said I got more than he would have gotten right. But there was a couple of those 50-50 games that I fucked up on. Like, I think I picked the Chargers over the Dolphins. That was stupid. I should have known that Tua was going to go off on that shitty secondary. Chargers secondary bootios besides Derwin James, but he's always hurt. I love this that the Bills are going to lose. No offense to Chiefo Chief, and obviously with your quarterback not getting points, but like I was mentioning, everyone's quarterback did shitty except for Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, and Tua. Yeah, Seattle getting Michael Penix Jr. would be wild. But like I said, the quarterbacks that I like, I mean, like I like Caleb Williams, I like Drake May, I like Michael Penix Jr. Drew Sanders looks like he's got some potential, but I'm not too sure about NFL. And then Quinn Ewers looks like he's got some potential. Hell, if you can beat Alabama, Johnny Football did it, but he wasn't able to pan out. But Ewers has got a bigger frame. So, and there's also a couple other guys that are in college that could be up there too. Like we could literally have like 7 or 8 quarterbacks in the running. You know, it's exciting. It might be the most deep draft at quarterback in like 20 years. So I'm very excited. I just can't believe these numbers. And when I saw that player start Deshaun Watson over Herbert, I'm like, what the fuck? But he obviously knew something that I didn't. So I would never start Deshaun Watson over Herbert, but maybe he knew Jim Schwartz, was going to take over, and he knew something. Bills do not deserve to win. I mean, he ended up losing the game against Jerry, but he has Deshaun Watson, Eckler, Pollard, uh, DJ Moore, Odell. I don't know why the hell you'd put Odell in there. Njoku, Cooper. I don't know if he's a Browns fan. They've got a lot of Browns in there. 3 Browns, Njoku, Cooper, and Deshaun. And he still scored 120 and lost. Got 12 points out of Baltimore D and 18 from his kicker, Elliott from the Eagles, and still lost. But Jerry ended up having Dallas defense, and I got 35. And I think that's the most points I've ever seen in fantasy on defense before. So McCarthy, yeah. I hope Shedeur Sanders pans out. That would be awesome to have Deion's son pan out in the NFL. I mean, he's got 9 touchdowns and no picks. So I'm excited. I love it too. I literally must-see TV. The best thing in college football this year is Colorado Buffaloes and Deion. I literally have watched every game in entirety, and I'm going to watch every game, and I'm going to do a reaction video every week. It's great for college football. And they play the Ducks in Eugene in 2 weeks. I might go, but I don't know yet. Because I mean, like LeBron's going to be there, Drake will be there. There's going to be all kinds of celebrities that are going to be there. Wu Tang. Like I said, Wu Tang was at the last matchup. Like you're getting people coming out of the woodworks to watch Deion. Singers, rappers, entertainers, rock stars, NBA players, MLB players, hockey players, football players. I mean, Deion is the truth. Cool, man. I just don't want them to beat Oregon. It'll be a shootout for sure. It'll be must-see TV. Handoff, short game. Yeah, and it's all those Bills fans, like, when I would do a video and, they'd be like, well, the Chiefs didn't need a running back star to win a Super Bowl. That's they're like, they're pretty much calling me an idiot, right? The last time I checked, Bills fans, you don't have Andy Reid, who arguably is the best coach in the NFL. You don't have Patrick Mahomes, who's the number 1 quarterback, and you don't have Travis Kelce, the number 1 tight end, and you don't have Eric Bieniemy. But the one thing that you take away from a video that I do is that the Chiefs don't have a elite running back and they won the Super Bowl, so you think you can? That shows you how stupid some of the Bills fans are. They're not looking at the big picture. Short-sighted. I love Colorado, man. I love it. Like anytime you have a shitty school and then you get one of my favorite players of all time to go there and actually do well, like, how many coaches, as a former player do well? Not many, Like we've seen Pete Carroll and Harbaugh do good in the NFL and college, but how many others? And then as far as being a former player, Deion might end up being the best coach as a former player, in recent history, in recent minds. So, well, our offense is elite. They got Travis Hunter and they got Shedeur Sanders. You know what we got? We got Bucky Irving, and he's fucking unguardable. Bucky's going to the NFL, and we got Bo Nix. So our defense is ass, but we'll score points, and it's at home at Oxford, so the crowd is gonna be fucking lit. Heel goes up, and it's good. Greg the leg, 16-13. But our defense is complete ass. So we're just gonna have to pray that we can win in a shootout. Like 35-32 or 42-38, something like that. So the Ducks are not good. I'm a super fan, but out of all the teams in the Pac-12, the Ducks are probably fifth or sixth best, right? USC, Washington, right? Oregon State. So it's like Oregon State, Washington, USC, Utah. You got a lot of these teams that are better. It's just, you know, I wish we were like number one or number two, but we're not. Yeah, he's already made history, but he's brought awareness to college football just because of who he is as a person with the swagger, but also showing that he's got a great staff around him and he's got athletes there. Because if Dion comes to Colorado and his son is a not quarterback, they're ass. They wouldn't have won against TCU, right? Maybe they would have beat Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have athletes, and obviously Dion's a great recruiter. So, my 5 favorite players as a young kid: Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, period. And then after that, number 6 would have been Derek Thomas probably. And then 7 would have been Lawrence Taylor. So, but like there hasn't been this much awareness of college football. Like, when's the last time that you got like hyped up for college football for a team or a coach or a player that you absolutely had no interest in? You know, or it's just something that came out of nowhere. The two that really got me: Michael Vick at Virginia Tech, Johnny Football at A&M, Johnny Football and Mike Evans, but primarily Johnny Football. Those two guys were must-see TV for me and changed my life. And I'll always root for Michael Vick and Johnny Football, regardless if they didn't end up panning out in the NFL to the best of their ability. That'll never take away the fact that they are college football legends. So, like, sometimes you can be a great college player and not pan out. Like, look at Vince Young. Never panned out in the NFL, but he'll always be a god for Texas beating USC. What a game. What if Jordan Whitehead gets a game-winning interception and he gets 4? 55 subs to go. Let's go, baby. And I'll bust out some more reaction videos as well. Nia Jax is back, so she's going to injure someone tomorrow. Is that what's happening? She's back to injure the female staff, the divas. No one wants to wrestle with her. She's an injury waiting to happen, and she won't get injured. She'll injure someone. Saints and Bucks. Browns and Steelers. Can you imagine if the Browns beat the Steelers and all those Steelers people that were talking shit to me and they go 0-2 after going 3-0 in preseason and having 5 touchdowns and 0 picks with Pickett with the first team? It'll be a big slap in the mouth. They said, we're going to go to the Super Bowl and we're going to win, and we're going to win the AFC North. And then they got just slapped in the fucking mouth by the Niners. Okay. 1st and 10. Get him! Whoa, big hit. I can. It's Whitehead, bro. He's a Buccaneer. You never sleep on Buccaneer players, bro. I'm telling you. The only exception is Jameis Winston, but even he improved after leaving the Bucs. It's like, the Buccaneers, we're not always going to have amazing players, but we do our due diligence in the draft than most teams. Blitz. Gabe Davis with the reception. It's like, how does Sauce not get one? Because they don't throw to him. So you got like a Revis Island on one side and then a Whitehead on the other. 1st and 10. First down, Bills. If you get a touchdown with Diggs, Sarah, you can win. I'll go for Megan. You need Diggs to get some looks and maybe go to overtime. Here we go. Here we go, Sarah. Fantasy. That might be a hold, though. That might be coming back. Diggs. Uh-oh. If Diggs can get you a couple more catches, even if you don't get a touchdown, and then you end up getting the game-winning touchdown in overtime or a few looks, you could actually come back and win. And you ended up having 3 points with Burrow. Diggs has got you 21. Now you're down by 6. You need 6. 6 points. That's not a lot, Sarah. And no, Diggs is the number one target at this point in the game in overtime. So it's a legit possibility that you could come back and win with Burrow with 3. Obviously, Bills are looking for OT. What a game. This actually turned into a good game. I was like, oh, this game sucks like the fucking Cowboys 40-0 of the Giants. But then it got good after Whitehead got those 3 picks. Looks like every game is already decided right now by a majority, a big fashion, besides Megan and Sarah. Sarah's down by 6 points. 6 points. What do you need? 6.28. You get 7 points, you win. Or it's 6.5. Not JT in the building. What's good? Jack West, the Mo Bamba. That's a banger. First down and 20. Josh Allen, 3 for 7 with 3 picks. Diggs, Sarah, Diggs. And you're very blessed that they're not going to Dalton Kincaid or Dawson Knox or even Gabe Davis. They lost confidence in him. It's pretty much Diggs, 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 Diggs. I'm keeping an eye on this even more than she is. Uh-oh, you only need 3. You need 3 points. You can win this. You only need a couple receptions and you can win. It's PPR. Let's go. First impression of week 1. Oh, I got a lot to talk about in week 1. It's just week 1. But the Browns and Jim Schwartz are better than people think. The Seahawks obviously did not play the game that they wanted, but it was a trap game because it was against the Rams. Any divisional game against the Rams or Cardinals is a trap game, even if they suck, right? The Niners are a threat, but those other 2 teams, even if they suck, can beat them, So, there's a couple other storylines that we can hear from. Second down and 5, Megan holding on in fantasy barely. But if Diggs keeps getting the rock, Sarah's going to come back and win. Second down and 5. Shotgun set. Uh-oh. 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 One more catch, Sarah. One more. 106.96 to 105.28. Oh, 16 seconds left. Just enough time for another reception or a field goal kick, and then Diggs is definitely going to be getting the ball in overtime. Whoa. But also, too, Dalvin Cook might end up getting the ball for Sarah, for Megan as well. So Megan has Dalvin Cook for the Jets, and Sarah's got Stephon Diggs. Oh, baby. But depending on what this catch is here, it might be over right here. Allen? Incomplete. Going to Gabe Davis. 10 seconds. 106.96 to 105.18. Literally, you need 1 point, 2 points to win. Diggs got you 26.2, which is creeping up on the 32.9 that Ayuk got for Megan. Wow. Fantasy is a beautiful thing. Woo, man. What a nail biter. Because Sarah thought she lost completely when Burrow put up a 3. Well, she had 3 positions that put up 3 for a total of 9 points. So if you have a 3, and a 3 out of 9 positions, you normally lose 100% of the time. So reflect in the building. What's good? Mariners 3-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Oh man. Just when I thought we were gonna have two shitty games back to back, this one actually turned out to be like a defensive battle. Uh, and it was awesome. Do you have Carr in fantasy also? I have to look at the matchup. Who does Lamar play next week? Who does Carr play next week? Let me look at your team real quick. All right. So now if they go in overtime, then everything gets dicey. But if they miss the kick, then Megan's going to win. So Lamar had 6 points, which was crazy. Carr had 14. And then, yeah, you have Carr as your quarterback too. Well, normally Lamar will probably outscore Carr, but it depends on the matchup, the defenses that they match up against. But Carr's going against the Bucks defense. The Bucks defense is pretty good. So I don't know. And Lamar's going to get two. Kick it up. Oh, oh no way! It doinked in. Oh my god, dude! What a game! What a game! Oh, you play the Panthers. Maybe that's later on. All right, Saints play the Panthers. Ravens play the Bengals. Well, the Bengals don't really have a D, so Lamar should get more. Well, Saints play the. Well, you probably. Well, Carr will get points on the Panthers, and Lamar will get points on the Bengals. So I don't know. That's a good question. They should both play really well against both those teams. Bengals defense, if they step up, could play better than the Panthers. But wow, wow, 105.18 for Sarah. Megan with 106.96. Megan has got Dalvin Cook 8.9 points. Sarah's got Diggs 26.2. And both guys will probably get the ball a little more to Diggs than Dalvin Cook, but you never know. If Dalvin Cook ends up getting a big play, that could be the difference. Yeah, you have to do it by matchup by matchup. So So even though Lamar is going to get the Bengals and the Bengals have a bigger threat to do something, the Panthers defense is very suspect. So I mean, Carr, they might run the ball a lot in that game. I don't know. It also depends on the gameplay and the game plan. So, but I could definitely see Lamar and Carr getting 18 to 22 points in those matchups. But also, I could see them have a weird game and struggle and have 8 to 14 also. So tough to say. Zach Wilson with the knee, and we're going to overtime. BZ's 55 subs to go to 20,000. Help your boy out. I know you guys got some friends. Help your boy out. But we want people to actually stick around. We don't just want to sub and then they unsub a day later. That's pointless. But your boy's been on the grind like I promised you guys. And I'll be doing college football reactions and the NFL. And I sat in this fucking room all day today doing reaction videos, and they take a long time to do because I have to do the video, right? And then I have to upload it, and then I have to wait like 20 minutes afterwards. That way the HD version is available. I don't want to do the video and then it ends up being blurry. So, but it looks like the Saint reaction video is at 1,300 already. The Bucks is at 1,100. Niners, Steelers is at 174, which is a little low. Falcons and Panthers is at 503. Packers and Bears is at 173. And it looks like no one gives a shit about the Eagles and Patriots. It's at 38. Where the hell are the Eagle fans? They don't care. And Bengals and Browns is at 46. Come on. But you never know which one will get in the algorithm. But yeah. just some bad luck with like injuries and obviously, Mark Andrews was out, Kelsey was out, so it's not like I'm like, oh, I beat you. You're like, yeah, I didn't have one of my guys, but you know, but everyone underwhelmed. And like I said, when you end up having low numbers, when you hit like ones and twos and threes, it's a killer. It's a fucking killer. And look at all the points that I had on my bench. Ramondre Stevenson for 15. Andrews hurt. I had Mike Evans with 19 on the bench. David Montgomery, Laporta. But I made that move with Laporta. I told you it would be beneficial. Now I'm going to be putting Laporta in over Juwan Johnson. And Montgomery and Ramondre Stevenson are going to be my running backs. And then White and Jamal Williams are going to be on my bench. So it's going to be Patrick Mahomes, Ramondre Stevenson, David Montgomery, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mark Andrews, and then Keenan Allen or Mike Evans, Eagles D, and then I got Carlson. So, I mean, I'm trying to go for the championship. So, yeah. Barkley with 9.3. You're lucky he actually got 9 after the team scored 0, though. Yeah. Should have put Brees all in. But you didn't really know what the injury status was going to look like and whatnot. So, and Damian Pierce underwhelmed because remember I was looking at him in the draft. He only got 6.7, so that's not good. But it's just one game, and you never know. Like a guy could do shitty one week and then blow up for 40 points the next week. You know how that goes. Fantasy is very difficult, but the deeper of a team you have and the more options you have, you can usually find ways to win. $30. Let's get to a hundo. You can't have the sub count be better higher than the dono count. All right, overtime. Yeah, every tight end got hurt. Kelsey, Kittle was a little bit banged up, but he played. Darren Waller, like the only one that was kind of healthy was Sarah's T.J. Hawkinson. First and 10, I'll start on the line. Shout out to everybody in the room. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I've also been very, very responsible with Paisley. She's my daughter. So I wake up at 6, 7 a.m. We go for an hour walk. I do a couple reaction videos. We go for another walk in the afternoon. And then when all I'm done recording, even if I'm tired and I can't move, I do another 30 minute to an hour walk. I am dedicated and complete. I mean, that's one thing about me. If you could describe me in a couple words, passionate, dedicated, motivated. But dedication is huge. Whether it's to Erica, whether it's to Paisley or you guys in the channel, no one will outwork me. Yeah, but I'll help you out if you have questions with that, Megan. But again, either one could be good for you. The matchups are favorable for you for Lamar and Carr next week. But Lamar probably gives you more upside because of his ability and his athleticism. But you never know. Like Lamar could end up getting 15, and then Carr could have a monster game against the Panthers and get 25. I mean, you just don't know. It just depends on the flow of the game. Like, is Lamar a better quarterback than Carr? Yeah, but it's not about who's better. It's about the matchup that particular weekend. So you have to look at those things as well. So third down and 12. What an exciting game. I love defense. I got my Devin White Stone jersey on. Red and white, baby. Allen? Oh, incomplete to Diggs. No flags. Uh-oh. Well, it used to be like, oh, whoever scores first, and then they decided to change the rule. Field goal for field goal, touchdown. So each team gets a chance to get the ball. But if the Jets end up, going down here and getting the score, this shit is over. And the Jets are going to win this game. Uh-oh. What did I say? The Jets were going to win. ESP, ESP, ESP. I told you. Your boy knows. I say it, it happens. I mean, I don't know how many times it's going to happen. A couple times a game. And I got Mo Gumbo's pick right with the Jets. Let's go. And Megan holds on in fantasy. Wow. What a crazy, crazy matchup. Megan wins in fantasy by a point. Holy shit. And what did I say? For the Jets to win at the beginning of the game, I said they need to get a special teams touchdown, punt return, kick return, or an interception for a touchdown, fumble for a touchdown. Boom. Here it is again. And I didn't pick the Jets to beat the Bills. They have a better defense. Wow. Yeah, Sarah will get back on track. She's a very good fantasy player. Wow. I love it when ESP comes true. That was insane. And it shows you Bills are overrated. You know, it would be good for them to get third place in the division, so that way they can not be so cocky anymore. Defense suspect, special team suspect, O-line suspect, Josh Allen suspect. What a block! What a comeback! Amazing! That was fucking awesome. And 3 interceptions by the former Buccaneer, Jordan Whitehead. That's what happens. You get interceptions. You have a defense that's legit. Robert Saleh. La, 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 la. Robert Saleh. And the team is starting to come into fruition. Let's go. Unbelievable. That was awesome. Always someone hating on a great accomplishment. I have to talk about some fucking leg whip. There's holding on every play in the fucking NFL. Like, shut the fuck up. Give the Jets their flowers. They fucking beat Josh Allen, with fucking a backup and Zach Wilson. Like, shut the fuck up. There's holding and penalties on every fucking play. Well, call it then. Call the penalty then. The ref is right there looking at it. I mean, there's plenty of big plays that have penalties that get called back, and there's plays that happen like that where it organically happens. If the ref doesn't call it, they don't call it. Give them the flowers. I mean, imagine if the Bills did it. It was just destiny for them to win. That was dope. That's what happens when you actually have good defense and good special teams. Oh man! All right, I got to turn the Mariner game on. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on, but I got to see what's going on in the game. Hold up. All right, hold up here. Unbelievable ending, huh? Jesus. I was going to try to go take a walk and maybe even try to bust out another reaction video or whatever, but I want to make sure my reaction videos are authentic and they're, I want to have the good energy because you know how much I scream and yell and go after it. So it's like, all right, what is it? 7, top of the 7th and 3-3. He's a turnover machine. He's the most overhyped quarterback, and all the outlets just love him. He's like a media darling. He's like one of those guys that they never say anything bad. And have you noticed? Whenever he plays bad, people defend him all the time. Always. Oh, he threw for 4 interceptions. It's okay. He was hurt. He was sick. It's all right. No big deal. It's like, dude, it's like you got to be critical of everyone, not just because he's popular. Most popular, overrated quarterback ever. Gilbert. Let's go, Logan. All right, we're going to the bottom of the seventh. We got a couple innings left. I don't know if I can stay online for the rest of this game, but I was planning on doing the Mariner game tomorrow. So reaction videos all day, all night, and then we're gonna do the Mariner game tomorrow. And the Mariners play the Angels at 6:30, 6:40 start first pitch. I'll be live at 6:30, and it's Brian Wu against Sandoval. So hopefully we can win that. Oh, what a game. Final score 22-16 Bills, but the Bills didn't deserve to win that game, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they ended up having some, desperation touchdown at the end, they played like shit. They did not deserve to win. And sometimes when you have that underdog, leg whip or not, you got to give them the flowers. Stop taking away, from a victory from an underdog, a low end team. They used to do it to me all the time, making excuses. Pits me the fuck off. Like when the Lions won. Well, yeah, the Lions won, but they wouldn't have won if Kelsey and Jones played. Shut the fuck up. Give them the flowers. Let them enjoy the one big victory in the last 20 years. And you can't even do that. The announcer, like Mike Tirico, little bitch, he couldn't even fucking let the Lions have the fucking flowers, Let them enjoy it instead of trying to cut people down. I'm sick of that shit. It's so stupid. Like, can't like a low team get some accomplishments and get some fucking kudos? Why does it always have to be the good team? They fucked up and we have to like feel sorry for them. Sometimes good teams play like shit. It's like cool to root for the underdog, right? Lions gonna roar, absolutely. All right. Well, I want to be a good dog daddy, and I've been grinding all day. We didn't hit the goal on the donos, but hopefully tomorrow will be better, and at least we're getting subs on the reaction video side. So instead of just grinding it out here, hoping that we have someone come in the room and save us for $70 more, I'm going to be a good father, good dog father, and I'm going to go take Paisley on a 30-minute to hour walk, even though I'm fucking exhausted. And that's what you do. And when you're dedicated and you love someone or something, you put in the effort, just like I do with the reaction videos and you guys. So I love you guys so much. What a fucking amazing game, huh? And Sarah, you almost came back. But again, when you get 3 points out of the quarterback, 3 points out of your kicker, 3 points out of the defense, trust me, I've been there. It sucks. But you'll bounce back because you're very smart, and I have faith that you'll be able to get it done. So, and we'll find out with Aaron Rodgers if he's got the torn Achilles or not very, very soon. So, yeah, I want the Browns, Lions, and Jets and all those teams to do well. So, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. What an incredible comeback. Unbelievable. I mean, I still can't believe what we were seeing. Insane. Insane. Oh my God. Final score Jets, Jets, 22. Buffalo Bills, 16. And I got one question for you. Well, you don't talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Go Jets and go Mariners. I'll be back tomorrow with more reaction videos and a Mariners stream at 6:30 against the Angels. Gang. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Love you. Gang, gang.